now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, dying on the beat.
Ay, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many ups.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Ay, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show.
I'm stuffing my face. If I smack in y'all's ears, I'm so sorry, but I'm hungry.
I just shoved down my food real quick. What's up? We got to play the Big Booty Judy song here in a second. I like how Marlandon is like, y'all late. First of all,
Waiting for this show.
first of all, okay, you already know what it is. You got two colored people up here.
And we be talking.
Nothing's gonna start on time. You already know how that goes. Thank you, Judy. Okay, let me play the Big Booty Judy intro so Soonie can like sneak a few more bites in so we can welcome Big Booty Judy, and then we'll be right back.
Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. What? Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. Big Booty, Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. Stop! I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy.
Hey, welcome to the show. All right, guys, before we give you the beginning of the show, our nice little intro that you guys love so much, please, I say it every time, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, let us know where you're watching. I'm noticing that we get a lot of people watching the show because we can see who's watching, and we can see who's liking, and we can see who's subscribing, but not the same number of people are hitting the like and hitting the subscribe. So if you're in here, it takes nothing but a second to hit that little thumbs up that you see. It does more than you can even imagine for us. So we would really appreciate it if you do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We hope everybody had a great weekend. We did. I'm sorry I'm out of breath, y'all.
A lot of rough day in the gym, man.
I'm over here breathing heavy in the mic.
We did.
No, oh, you worked out. You're saying you had a rough day in the gym?
That's what you sound like.
Yeah, because like I can't like expand right now, like my stomach. So I'm taking like little half breaths. I was telling Soonie.
Dramatic.
No, I was telling Soonie that like I go to LA Fitness, and the LA Fitness, like they've now put in this whole like a CrossFit type section. So they have like sleds, they have these, a wider range of like medicine balls and just things that you can do. I don't know what that type of exercise is called, the CrossFit type exercise, but things that you can do that are a little bit more interactive, because your girl hates cardio. Like you don't even know. Like I don't like to be on a treadmill walking. I don't like to be on a treadmill running. I like doing spin, but again, I get really bored. So I got excited when they opened this area up, and I was like, yeah. And I was like doing everything. And I was like, oh, dude, this is my jam. And then 2 days later, I was like, what the hell? I can't even get up from the toilet. Okay. I gotta push myself up off the toilet seat, like a little push up, because my abs don't work and my legs hurt. So clearly I'm using new muscles. I think you're on mute, Soonie, because we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now we know what it's like for like paralyzed people to like have no muscle mass and all that dead weight they gotta lift up.
Exactly, right?
You saw a video, or I don't know if this is real. There's a video circulating the internet where this woman is talking about how she was like fighting a handicapped person in a chair. And then she was like,
what?
I thought I was gonna win the fight, but this bitch got the upper body strength of fucking Hulk. I'm telling you, I don't know if
the handicapped person?
Real. Did you see that video?
No, but if you could find it, I'd love to see it.
Breathing all hard. Talking about her experience fighting with a handicapped person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it's real or not, but I was cracking up watching that video.
Right. Dude, speaking of funny videos, okay, so this is gonna be our first. I'm gonna tell you guys what we're gonna be talking about, but this is gonna be my first video of the night because this is gonna be a Soonie reacts video. You remember last week, or the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the Risa Tisa drama, and all that stuff, and we were kind of joking that like, how long is it going to be till they make a movie about it? Yada, yada, yada. Well, the movie is already broken with a trailer. Okay.
For real?
And you're just like, how could it be that they've already come out with a trailer? Well, when you see the trailer, you're going to know how it happened. Okay. And I just want to say, I called it. I called what this was going to be. It ain't no blockbuster hit, but you already know I'm going to be watching it. Now, before I show you guys this trailer, I just want to go like on a really quick rant because I did this on my TikTok and I just want to go on a quick rant because if you guys are fans of the show Love is Blind, we're all like waiting on the reunion episode to come out. I think for us is tomorrow midnight if you are up that late. And I was noticing on TikTok that there's all these girls that dated the male contestants on the show Love is Blind. And they're now coming out with these Risa Tisa style TikTok, 20 plus part videos exposing these men, right? Like, let me tell you what it was really like to date so-and-so. Let me tell you what he was really like. Let's talk about why he broke my heart, why he even went on the show. And I'm like, again, we called it that this was going to start a trend of I'm going to get rich off of TikTok being a victim of my poor choices. Okay. So if y'all want to see my rant on TikTok, it's about 10 minutes. You can guys go to my TikTok page. It's Let's Talk Darling. I literally go off on just where we're at as a society and how sad it's become that girls are now, this is the new get rich quick scheme, is to expose your man and not take any responsibility for the role you played in it. So, without further ado, I'm going to play the trailer for the Risa Tisa movie. Here we go. Now, can you take a guess on who produced this?
Tubi, right? Or is that like a network?
I don't know anything about Tubi, but they made another film that we all talked about.
Huh?
How many of you
Tyler
guys?
Perry?
No. This is above Tyler Perry. Now, even Tyler got his standards. How many of y'all remember The Girl on the Side of the Highway?
I remember that. So whoever made this?
Exactly.
Oh God.
I told you those people were going to come out with the movie. Here we go. Here is the trailer.
Put it together so quick.
Just watch the trailer.
Okay.
Hold on. Why is it so low? Hold on, I'm gonna start it over.
Just like your pictures, I am so relieved. Oh,
wow, you're stunning.
The creator.
We can go ahead and delete these dating apps.
It's a pregnancy test. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Just it's always something wrong. Why is it always something going wrong?
I'm down here at the office with my wife. I'm trying to get in the building. I don't have my key with me.
I don't think he lied to me about anything else. This man, daily, I'm talking every morning, has been on the phone talking to you.
Jess, bro, say hey.
I don't know if you're going to stay or leave, but I can honestly tell you, he's not going to change.
My birthday.
I don't care about your birthday.
Wait a minute, what?
Got her in a fucking bonnet.
I won't trust your judgment against
Oh, look at the Gatorade bottles.
I'm my wife. We can talk to her.
I've been finding out so much about this man that is not true. Like, who the fuck did I marry? Excuse my hair, y'all, but welcome to part 1 of Just like your pictures.
Oh, ghetto.
Wow. That's
Oh.
actually really sad, bro. Like, what in the world? I look, just from the trailer, I feel like I watched the whole movie and I don't need to watch it. It's kinda
Well, we
boring.
did. We watched the whole 52-part series. What could the movie possibly tell us? Give us a visual?
I don't know. It's just like, yeah, give us a visual on how it went down.
Lord.
But I think we have a visual on how it went down.
Yeah. It's just sad.
That was very hard to watch, Mo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Why was it hard to watch?
I feel like my face was like screwed up the entire time I was watching it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a literal hurt, but like, I really hurt to watch that shit.
Dude, but you know what though? This is more so even more embarrassing, okay? I'm actually gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch it.
Why?
Because we have
so
to.
boring.
We watched the girl on the side of the highway. We knew how that happened.
I feel like I need to react to my reactions as I watch that because I really felt like my face was making a whole bunch of movement.
I wish
hurt to watch.
I wish there was a way that we could do like a live watch party of this because I know people love when we do like live reactions.
Can't you?
I don't know. Can we? Is it on? Was that on Tubi? The girl on the side of the highway?
Yeah, but I don't think YouTube. I don't think they lock it down like
You think that has got copyright on it? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it will, so it probably won't matter.
I don't know. If we could find a way to do it,
I'm down. I'll do a watch party. I wish we could do a watch party with a lot of shows, but you know,
I know
we can't.
Dude, because I feel like you and I have like funny commentary. Like it would be a funny commentary.
But I couldn't keep that laughing.
Yeah.
She said, "Who the fuck did I marry?" And then you could see her in the car with the
with the little roller. Look at Judy done did her research. She said, "I think it's on Peacock."
What the hell is Peacock?
Oh, Peacock.
So much.
Judy, I think Peacock is above this now. Come on now. Peacock has some quality.
What is Peacock?
So Peacock has like a lot of like the stuff from Bravo. It has like a lot of shows on there. I don't know like what they're.
Oh, it's like Netflix?
It's like another Netflix, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many Netflixes y'all gonna get? I'm having a hard time keeping up with all these apps. People watching Apple TV.
Well, see, but
why
this
you
is
got
how
Apple
they do.
TV and Netflix?
But this is how. See, Marlena knows Peacock is a really good app. This is how they do you though. What? He watches Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, listen. If you got a black mama, bro, you grew up watching that show. I'm telling you.
First of all,
either watch Love and Hip Hop or that right there, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I didn't have a black mama, and I love Real Housewives.
Or if you got a black mom, did your mother watch Little Midget? I think it's Little Midgets or the Little People of Atlanta with the all black cast. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? No. What's her name? Her name is Juicy.
I didn't watch the show, but I know what you're talking about.
The radio host. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, dude.
That show is funny as hell.
Y'all are too much. That's funny though. But I love the Peacock app. But yeah, that's how they do you is they spread out the releases of things on all these apps, so then you got to get stuff. You know what I mean? You got to subscribe to the whole package.
Paramount Plus. Ain't no way. I watch Love and Hip Hop on torrent sites, bro. I'm not paying no money to watch that shit. Miss Juicy, see, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
yes,
Juicy.
had her own show.
Okay, what? Tell us in the comment section what shows are you guys like obsessed with and watching? Whether it's like a series or if it's like a reality show, drop it in the comments because Soonie and I are always looking for good stuff to watch. Like, what do we need to watch right now? Because we're already on Love is Blind. I'm on all the Real Housewives. You know, we love watching like the documentary crime stuff, like the weird
cult.
Yeah, the weird cult stuff. Yeah. What? Poldark.
Poldark? What's that?
What is that? Okay, Black Seal. Okay, y'all got to put the names and like just give us a quick synopsis about what it's about. Is it a documentary? Crime? What's the category it fits under? Look at this. Marlendon says, I got Peacock, Paramount, BET Plus, and Hulu. I don't pay for them apps, though. Somebody else does.
Ratchet.
See, you're the reason why they put IP address tracking on it,
Yeah.
Marlendon.
Well, I mean, you know what? I think it's fair to let your people use it. Like, I think you were using my Hulu.
Oh yeah, for the longest time, I was like on your Hulu, but dude, I didn't like abuse that shit.
Even if you did, how am I gonna know?
Well, I mean, like I wouldn't use it like continuously and not be like, hey, Soonie, can I give you some money towards your Hulu? You know what I mean?
No, that's so dumb.
If you're like, hey Mo, check out this show, and you give me your Hulu to access it because I don't have it, I do have it now, then that'd be a different story.
See, listen, if I say, let me get your Netflix login? I'm watching it at home. I'm watching it on my phone. I'm watching it wherever I go.
But see, I'm real greasy with it though. Like, if I give you my shit, not you necessarily, but like if I share my shit with you to like watch one thing, best believe I'll be like, you done watching that thing yet? Then I wish.
That's so petty, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, so Red Pill, she's got comedies. These are all comedies. Poldark, Black Sails, Tutors, and that's it. I think I heard of Tutors. The other ones I've never heard of.
All of mine are historical. Well,
what are you watching?
Guys, keep putting your shows in the chat so we can find something to like watch with you all and come on and give our commentary since we can't watch it. We at least have to watch it together behind the scenes.
I know. I went to go see the movie Cabrini this weekend. If you guys don't know that movie, it's being put out by Angel Studios, the one that makes The Chosen, and they made Sound of Freedom. Anyways, Cabrini is about a mother saint from Italy, from Rome. And it's a true story, obviously. She gets sent to, well, she doesn't get sent. She begs to go to the United States as an immigrant to start orphanages to help children. And the whole movie's about that whole debacle. And basically she was like a feminist of her time, fighting, the Vatican, the government in New York, just all the things that were run by men, basically, that she had to kind of work with these people to get what she needed to get. Anyways, funny story. So I'm watching the movie and there's like a bunch of like modern day feminists sitting behind me. And I'm like, okay, this is why they came to see the movie, because, it's like bad bitch energy of the 1900s. And they were like, they'd be all about it, whatever. So throughout the movie, she's like, I hear them in the back and they're like, okay, that's right. Yeah, you tell him, girl, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to turn around and I just wanted to be like, listen, okay, this is what a real feminist is. Like, she's still living in her feminine power. She's not trying to be a man or compete with men, but she's trying to compete in a world that at that time women had zero say, zero power, right? I'm like, these bitches back here, they're fighting to get dicks chopped off. They're fighting to put boys in skirts. Like, it's a whole different type of feminism. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, I recommend the movie. Really, really good.
I get it. Sorry, really? I'm just pulling one thing up. Something
you're
just
good.
Popped up on my radar.
You're good. Yes, Judy, I agree. I love true stories and documentaries. That's kind of what I like to watch. But every now and then I get a good recommendation for like a series to watch. So we try to keep you guys up on that. He changed his name again. Yo mama gave me a BJ. Breaking news. Trump will be performing tonight at the Houston Livestock Show in rodeo concert with Bun B, Drake, Beyonce, Too Short, E40, Yin Yang Twins. Okay.
Wow. That is very interesting. You want to start with some like politics first?
Yeah, let me go over what we're going to be talking about so people know what we're going to be talking about tonight, and then we can start with the politics. So in no particular order, we're just going to kind of go with the flow like we always do. If you haven't been keeping up with Candace Owens, if you don't watch her and Rabbi Shmuley, who is a very kind of semi-famous rabbi. He makes Israeli Jewish sex lube, and he's just like, he's got a hard on for Candace Owens, and I don't know why.
Wait,
and
he also has a book called Anal is Kosher.
Yes, that's right. He put out with his daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, he put out with his daughter. Anyways, so if you guys have not seen the Candace Owens podcast episode, we're going to show you a clip from it when we get to this topic. But it's called "I'm Done Being Threatened: The Michael Jackson and Diddy Connection Exposed." Okay. If you're wondering what that has to do with Rabbi Shmuley, she names him in this video, and it sent this guy on a roller coaster. So we'll tell you guys a little bit about how he's connected into this and what it is exactly that she said. And then we'll kind of go on to what he said. Then we're going to talk about Chris Cuomo. It looks like Chris Cuomo, the brother of Andrew Cuomo, the governor or the former governor of New York. Chris Cuomo was the CNN commentator who was let go because basically he came to his brother's defense in his sexual assault case and was accused of helping him to cover up some of that stuff. Anyways, he's looking like he's trying to rebrand himself, and he's making his rounds on Tucker Carlson and on the PBD podcast. He has been on with Candace Owens, obviously with Tucker Carlson as well. And I want to talk about it because I think it's cool that that type of stuff is happening, because I feel like we kind of started a good trend of like being open to the other side, other opinions. And I see other people doing it. And it's a great thing. But we'll get into that a little bit. Then we're going to talk about Moniece Slaughter. No pun intended with the last name, but Moniece Slaughter went to Instagram Live and did a video basically crying and excusing the fact that she ended her pregnancy, which was a 7th-month pregnancy, and basically goes into a whole story about how her ex-husband abandoned her and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, it was quite a disgusting thing. And the comments were even more disgusting. Obviously, we're going to talk about the teen in St. Louis, Missouri, that got into a brawl in the middle of the street with some girls. And she's not dead. She's in critical condition. But Soonie has done a couple of lives and posts about this. So we're going to talk about that one a little bit more. Then we're going to talk about the TikTok ban that's come back up in the news and what President Biden has said about it. And last but not least, if you guys have not heard about the murder of a Birmingham mother, her name is Mahogany Jackson. She was like brutally murdered in a gang rape. She was kidnapped, gang raped by both men and women, and they dumped her body. And it's just like a whole crazy story. And it's wild that it's not all over the news. But I think we'll tie that into the story with the St. Louis team as well. So,
sorry.
And then we're going to talk about the Kentucky Senate bill that's passed.
A ridiculous bill.
Ridiculous bill. And then after reading it, I found out there were other states that kind of participate in a similar thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought Kentucky was the only one. But long story short, what's up?
Said so did I.
Yeah. Long story short, though, guys, if you get a girl pregnant in Kentucky, she can come after you for child support while the child is still in the womb. But there's an interesting twist that Soonie took on it, which I was like, is a gotcha. Soonie got the peoples, okay, on this one. We'll play Soonie's Soonie's reaction to that story.
Excuse me. Okay, I'm done, y'all. I needed to have my breakfast. I'm not myself when I'm hungry. I'm Betty White. I have a Snickers bar. I'm also this like throughout the show we'll talk about the election results because I know a lot of people are waiting to hear about Mississippi and Georgia. So we could just go ahead and do one now. Looks like Trump has taken Georgia. He's got an 82, I think it's an 82-6 split between him and Nimrata, or 82-15, I'm sorry. Nimrata, who dropped off. She got 61,155 votes total, and Trump is at 337,186. So it's safe to say that with 72% of the vote in, Trump has taken Georgia.
Whoop whoop.
No.
You going down, Fanny?
You couldn't wait to say that.
I couldn't wait to say. I cannot listen. They need to hurry up with that case. They need hurry up. Red Pill asks, is the Georgia primary only presidential? So do they have any local?
I didn't see any with my me looking into the primary election results. It just shows presidential. I don't see anything else. And Joe Biden won.
Now
95-2.
My next question would be, are you able to pull up what the numbers were the last time they did a primary, Trump and Biden did a primary in Georgia? Just for comparison.
2020?
Yeah.
Hold on. 2020 Georgia. All right, Georgia 2020 primary results. Look like Joe Biden got 84% of the vote, and that's increased. I think that increased because Bernie Sanders and they haven't really showcased anybody running against him. So Joe Biden got 84% of the vote, and Donald Trump got 100%. He earned 100% of the Republican vote, but that's also because he was really the only big candidate running. Versus and now, he's got Nikki Haley, but he still took 82% of the vote.
But I mean, I asked that because he lost. He lost in Georgia in the end.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
So he got 100% of the vote.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Almost 1 million. Damn near.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why does my mouse keep doing this? Okay, whatever. Do this by hand. Forget it. Did you guys see? Did you see this, Mo? I don't even know if you saw this. Did you see that 60 RNC employees were laid off after Trump takeover, quote unquote?
Was that because they had a new RNC chair, or because the RNC chair?
People are saying that. People are accusing Trump, which I think this is great. People are accusing Trump, the GOP specifically is pissed off right now, of forcing Magadonians. This is what they call them. Magadonians. Into leadership positions within the RNC.
Oh
Magadonians. I'm going to let you watch this video. This is on Newsmax.
Okay.
Of course. Check this out.
This new leadership is going to bring in a whole set of fresh ideas. Getting rid of those 60 people, guess what? The building isn't going to miss one beat. We're bringing new people. Chris Lasavita's coming in. You know, Mike Watley is there. Laura Trump is there. This place is finally going to run the way it's supposed to, which is just support the Republican nominee, in this case, Donald Trump, after tonight, raise money, make sure we've got integrity at the ballot box. If we do that, Donald Trump is sure to win in November.
There you go.
This new leadership is going.
I think this is great. I think this is what we all aspire to do.
Who is this joker? Yeah.
His name is Corey Lewandowski.
Of course it is. He's like, we do all these things. Trump is sure to win. You know what? I don't give a shit what comes out of their mouth at this point because the RNC is a joke, okay? I need to see action, really. Like, blah, blah, blah with the names. Like, miss me with all. I don't care that Laura Trump is there and all this other stuff. Like, let me see what y'all do for real because up until this point, y'all haven't done anything.
So let's put this like And I won't call it a massive exodus, but 60 people is a lot to get laid off in one setting.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying let's put this on ice to see if they actually do something with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get excited just yet.
I just was like, man, this looks like a hostile takeover. What the hell is Trump doing?
Mm-hmm. She said Laura cleaned house. She did, but I'm sure her father-in-law was like handed her a list.
I get what Mo's saying though. I don't necessarily disagree with it.
Yeah.
I'm actually you know what? I'm shocked. I brought this up because I thought you were gonna go ape shit. But I'm actually shocked and pleasantly surprised that you're like,
that I'm being
whatever.
I'm practicing a little discernment.
You're not a
like,
Macedonian. I guess I take that back.
oh, thank God.
Thank God.
I'll cancel the tattoo appointment that I had.
Oh my God.
Just joking. Yeah, I don't want to be a Macedonian. Absolutely not. Yeah. She says we needed to clean house. I admit it. You know, or I agree, not admit it. I agree. And it's funny that you say that because Trump posted something on his Truth Social today, and like again, you know, it's like Trump says like the littlest thing and people are just like, oh my God, he's so fucking cool, we've got this in the bag. You know, so he said this is a statement he made. Day one as president, he plans to free the criminals jailed for January 6th on his first day and drill. Okay. I believe the drill thing because he was doing that before. But why is nobody in the comments saying, why didn't you do anything about the J6ers when you had the chance to begin with?
Exactly.
Like, I hope people call him out on that. So anyways, and he's calling them J6 hostages. And so people are getting like really just up in arms about him saying they're hostages.
To me, that's a buzzword.
It's a buzzword. He doesn't have to say that. He could have just said people that I feel are wrongly imprisoned or whatever. Yeah.
That part. We didn't get to talk about, since we're on the topic of Trump, we didn't get to talk about Trump's taking credit for what Joe Biden said on the stage about the Fauci curing cancer. It might be old news to y'all. This is probably like 4 days ago, but we weren't live when this happened, and I definitely wanted to talk about this. You just opened a whole like
a can of Trump.
Just cheat coded my brain right now. Is what you did. You put in the code, and now my brain's like, what? I want to talk about this. Did y'all see this? Oh, I remember this. Okay, I gotta pull it up over here. Biden said on the stage that the Fauci was going to be used to cure cancer, right? And everybody said, oh my God, did you hear what he said? Man, this guy's he's not functioning upstairs. There's something wrong with him. The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping.
Right.
But your buddy Trump got on Twitter, not Twitter. What's this thing called? He got on Truth Social and decided, I'm going to have Twitter fingers and take credit for that shit too. I'm like, who is in charge of your campaign? They need to take your phone away. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
COVID are now being used to beat cancer, turning setback into comeback. Vaccines that saved us from COVID are now being used to beat cancer.
Trump quoted himself. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccine that saved us from COVID are now being used to help beat cancer. I did a live on my own talking about this, and I also referenced a very, very landmark Supreme Court case that came through, which is Myriad versus I think it's Molecular, where they were arguing to the Supreme Court to allow them to patent human DNA. Supreme Court says absolutely not. You cannot patent what occurs in nature, but what you can do is create synthetic, which is fake DNA, cDNA, which RNA creates cDNA to mess with and try to solve on the whole breast cancer situation. To me, what Trump did was completely like throw his quote out, or the quote that people like to associate with him. They're not after me, they're after you, and I'm just in the way. You just did like this and let the whole blitz against the American people just plow through.
Yep.
Like the O-line that you were providing before Trump, that just went bye-bye. And you know what's crazy? Is nobody's making a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
Why? This is cognitive dissonance on blast.
Yeah. Well, Soonie sent it to me. She's like, because I know she sent it to me, be like, look what your boy posted. And I responded back with a screenshot of the Truth Social comment I made. And I was like, I already hit him with it. Like this, we could have done without this comment, sir. Okay. You need to admit you fucked that up. Okay. That was all you, and you fucked it up. Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. It just sends me, you know, like it just sends me all the stuff we talk about, all the things we hyper focus on. It's called molecular pathology versus myriad genetics. Go read that Supreme Court case. It's not long. It's actually very intriguing. At least to me, it is. I like reading, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. But why do you think nobody's calling him out on this? Like this, you know how things are normally when I have a big one. Oh Lord, I don't know who that is, but they're asking this. Whoa. Okay. Can we get rid of that comment? That was disgusting.
Please drop your link. StreamYard, my dream is to show you my mic. I have a big one. William. Well, we're not going to get rid of the comment, but William, no, thank you. Okay.
That just distracted the fuck out of my brain. What was I saying?
Yeah, please don't. Please don't come on here and embarrass yourself like that. Okay.
Anyways, go read the Supreme Court case and hold Trump accountable. But I was asking you, why don't you think this is like trending within the social media realm of people talking about this?
You know why, Soonie? Nobody listen.
Why?
It's very few people that are going to call that out. Okay, they're not going to do it, and I'm surprised that like even channels like Fox News that they're seemingly to me anti-Trump lately, or they did everything they could to be anti-Trump in the beginning. But I think people. That's the problem with our side is we don't want to admit when somebody like Trump says something that's completely idiotic. And yeah, that's my only reasoning.
That's like a glitch, not even a glitch because I'm not in the Matrix, but that's like, when you see, like, let's just say you're walking past somebody, right? And this is your first time seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing you see on their face is like a massive zit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from that moment on, every time they talk to you, you just zero in on that massive zit because they're not doing anything about it and it's just sitting there.
I know.
That's how I feel. Like, can you just fucking pop it?
Oh,
get rid of it.
I know. I'm like, how do
That's
you
how
get
I
up
feel
in
with
the morning
subjects like
look
this.
at that? How do you get up in the morning and look at that and not want to pop it? I don't understand.
Exactly. How do you wake up in the morning and see that your candidate is doing retarded things and you just say nothing?
Yeah.
It's like a massive zit in my face all the time, man. Damn.
Well, I mean, think about it. The left does that with Biden. They don't say anything about his.
But we're not supposed to be like that. You can't call them out for that and then you go repeat it.
It's so funny. That's so funny.
But the left does it.
The left does it. And we always say we need to play like them. So we should just keep looking forward like blinders. We didn't see that he said this or did this,
All right, fine. You won this discussion. I don't have anything else. That's true.
Yeah.
Go look at that Supreme Court case and hold Trump accountable, please.
Yeah. But like I was thinking the other day because I was talking to P about the what is it, the State of the Union, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was talking about the comment. Remember the comment that Trump made about, I know what Black people have gone through because I've been persecuted, blah, blah, blah. He was just like, man, when he says stuff like that, he's like, I'm just trying to look for anybody else to vote for. He's like, why is there no other options? And I said, I said, P, that's just what it is. That's just how it is. That's how they designed it. But he was like, I'm looking at, maybe I'm trying to just see Kennedy, somebody. And here's the thing about it. Like, while I respect that there's going to be some people that are going to have a really hard time checking that box for Trump. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. And if your choice is, I'm just not going to vote, and that's your choice, right? But if you are going to cast a vote, let me just make an appeal to you. We have to think about this in a smart way. We have to think about it this way. Who don't you want to win? Okay. Biden. We can all agree on that. Fine. If we don't want Biden to win, you can't put your vote towards a Kennedy. You can't put your vote towards a Kanye. You have to put it towards Trump if you don't want Biden to win. That's all I'm saying. Because you might as well just sit it out. If you're going to go throw it away on a Kennedy or a Kanye or whatever, just go sit it out. Sit it out. That's all I'm saying. Because if you want to win, we have to vote. We have to put our votes towards the winnable candidate.
I mean, hey, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't. But I also don't think that matters much, if anything, if we don't have a Congress to push forth the president's efforts. Like, he can have all the ideas that he wants. He can get on stage and say, I'm going to free the hostages. And then you go, oh, because it invokes some emotion in you. But does he have Congress's support to get this done? And when you don't primary and you don't participate in local elections and you have no clue who your representatives are, this is what you're stuck with.
Yeah.
So I would love a winning strategy too, right? I think that is a winning strategy. Don't spread the vote. Everybody get on board. Vote for this one candidate.
Yeah.
But it means nothing if you don't have Congress.
But also, like Soonie says all the time, the local elections do matter a great deal because, like what she just said, if let's just say Trump does win the presidency, if we don't control the Senate, we're going to spend our time fighting more impeachments and more witch hunts. That's what he's going to be hit with. So we do need to think about that also in the same way that I just explained to you with the president. When you're looking at your local elections, maybe you're not really like loving either candidate, right? But you don't want a Democrat in there because that's the person that's going to go and represent you up in DC. You have to go, okay, who is the more winnable candidate? Not who is the candidate that I like the most, but who's the one that's going to win that's still going to put a seat that we can control something in the Senate. That's what's really, really important. So I do want to say that because people often get a little lax on the local elections and, they think, oh, I'm just going to make sure that Trump's in office. If Trump's in office and he doesn't have any support in the Senate, it's like, doesn't matter, So I think we're going to talk about the next story. I think we're going to talk about is the Missouri teen who got her head smashed into the concrete. And I'm going to read the story here for those of you guys that don't know so that Soonie can come in here and talk about it. Let me just go through these comments really quick. Yes, vote wisely and educate yourself. Our Congress needs a reset. I agree. I just hate that it's two 80-year-olds fighting for president. Yeah, but it is what it is. It took me a few years ago to realize that the Senate votes for the Supreme Court, and we do not need more liberal judges in there. 3 is more than enough. Agreed. Okay, so this is the story. I'm going to set it up so that when Soonie comes back, she'd be ready to talk about it. This is the story that we're going to be talking about, the Missouri teen. So this basically this article is talking about how the Missouri Attorney General wants the teenage girl seen slamming another high schooler's head into the concrete to be charged as an adult and hit with homicide charges if the critically injured teen dies. Right now, she is in critical condition in the hospital. This girl right here that's on the floor. The evil and complete disregard for human life has no place in Missouri or anywhere. I'm praying for the victim, State AG Andrew Bailey wrote of this disturbing video. The criminal should be charged and tried as an adult if the victim dies. That offense should rise to homicide, he stated, if the girl, he stated of the unidentified 15-year-old whose case is being held in juvenile court. Let's see if it tells us about the story here, what happened. And sorry, guys, this website, here's a better picture of what you see. So they show this girl that's on top as basically being the aggressor. However, we are hearing reports that this girl down here threw the first punch. Now, that does not justify what they did to her, but I do want to point out that she was actually the one that we are being told from witnesses that were there that took the first punch. So it says the identified 15-year-old girl is facing, this is the 15-year-old girl right here. She's facing assault charges in the brutal beating outside Hazelwood High School that left another teenager, only identified as Kaylee, in critical condition. Her case is being handled by the juvenile court. The teenage suspect was filmed hitting Kaylee on a residential road and pushing her to the ground, where she continued to punch her. The victim can be seen trying to push her attacker away as the girl continues to pummel her while repeatedly calling her a bitch. The attacker then straddles her victim and repeatedly smashes her head into the concrete road as onlookers can be heard yelling, "Damn." Soon, Kaylee can be seen lying motionless on the ground while others continue to fight around her. When the camera eventually pans back around, Kaylee appears to twitch. By the time police arrive, officers found the girl suffering from a severe head injury. Kaylee was taken to the hospital where she was listed in critical condition. And that's it. So Soonie can tell us more about this story when she comes back, because she's been kind of like throwing herself into it more than I have. But from what I'm hearing, this obviously is being turned into a racial issue. Okay. And there were comments in the initial drop of this video, people saying, see, this is why you can't send your kids to a predominantly Black school. This is why you can't live in a Black neighborhood. This is why Black people are dangerous. I mean, just really, really awful things. Never mind, in my opinion, that this is a huge, huge example of poor character, okay, between two young women and whoever else was involved. I do not see this Black girl or this white girl. These are two young women with extremely bad character. I don't care what it is that they were fighting about, okay? My question is, what are you involved in that both of y'all came together in the street and there's people sitting around videotaping you and just yelling, "Damn," while this girl is getting pummeled, basically? Okay. This is bad character. We're going to talk about another case about bad character, but Soonie's back just in the nick of time. I read an article so everybody can get caught up on what this situation is about. I didn't show the video, but they saw like still images from it. But what do you have to say about this situation?
Excuse me. Sorry. I just got my cardio in. I had to run up and down some stairs twice. Whew. Okay. I think that what happened is tragic, and I hope that the young lady makes a full recovery. But I'm also not going to sit here and be foolish and say, to me, people are acting like they've never seen a fight. That's what people are acting like. To me, people are painting specifically the Black girl as aggressive and the white girl as a victim. It's all over social media. Of course, it's not spilling into the news yet. And I think the reason it hasn't spilled into the news yet is because they're minors. There's not much information because things are sealed in juvenile court. Now they do want to charge her as an adult. I think the Attorney General spoke on that. Given the nature of the crime and how horrific it was, they would like to charge her as an adult, which I have no problem with. Mm-hmm. That's fine. when you try to smack a racial lens on it and try to denigrate one side, pretty much when you do what the left does and you replicate it and you kind of perfect it, is when I think it becomes an issue, because you can't be objective on this subject. You have to demonize the person, even though I wouldn't do that if the scenario was flipped. I wouldn't say a group of white girls decided to jump one black girl. I wouldn't show the racial demographics of that school and say, you know, black parents, you should take your kid out of that school. And that's what we're seeing on this side. We're seeing people say, we need to move away from them, right? We need to do this. They're violent. They're animals. I saw at least 20 comments. I took screenshots of all these, but it's on my phone, of them calling black people super predators. And I'm like, you criticize Hillary Clinton and Democrats for that. So it's just disheartening, honestly, to watch the anger that is coming from people because of how cancerous the mainstream media is. And people say that they're trying to combat that narrative that the mainstream media has put out, but all you've done is make a carbon copy of it and just flipped it and say, how do you like it? Here's a mirror. When neither side is going to recognize that about themselves. That's what I had to come to terms with. Like, people are galvanized on both sides. Emotions are invoked, and, you know, BLM exists in the mind, just like Super Predator exists in the mind on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this last week when you and I just spoke privately. It's disgusting behavior, period. No matter who does it. And like I said, I mean, I said this at the beginning that, you know, obviously the reports or, you know, of eyewitnesses that were there are saying that the white girl threw the first punch, and, you know, that's why the girl was coming after her, you know, whatever. I agree with you. Like, when I was in high school, fights like that happened all the time. I think the bigger conversation of this is what is wrong with people nowadays, that when something like that is happening, your first reaction is to pull out your phone to go viral with a situation like that. Nobody come into these, you know, like, I didn't see the full video, but from what I did see, nobody was coming to the aid of these girls, like, you know, pulling one girl off the other. They were just videotaping it. People were driving by just like gawking at it. And it's a sad day in our society when that's what we do.
Yeah.
And then the conversation is not that. The next conversation is now, let's just talk about one group of people and how bad they are and how dangerous they are. You know, I don't know what the economic situation is in this neighborhood, but, you know, economics drive violence and crime and things like that. We already know that. So I don't know.
I mean, they're already putting out statistics. Libs of TikTok put out this post, which to me, it's just like the only word that I can come up with is like, this is super disheartening. It just shows that mainstream media, legacy media, has done its job in dividing people successfully, because all you're doing is acting like the CNN of the right. This is something that the Libs of TikTok posted. I combed Hazelwood's school district DEA action plan of DEI, which is, I knew they were going to do that. Turns out they implemented a restorative justice strategy for disciplining students. Restorative justice in schools, as defined by the NIH, is a racially biased form of disciplinarian policy that seeks to punish certain groups differently than the other groups in the name of equity. Did the restorative policy cause this fight and all the other fights that have been going on at this school? That's like a lot of assumption. You're assuming that this school, because it is 92% Black, is somehow punishing the white students differently than they punish the Black students. all based on literature that you see here. Now, you can make that educated assumption, but to me, when it becomes dark is when you post it online and you attach DEI and all these things that are buzzwords for the right already to create even more of an implicit bias mindset in people's minds on this side. So now what you're going to see, and this is just what I see happening, thuggery and blackness will once again become one, but it'll happen on the right because I think they're going to do nothing but push racial violence against whites and showcase how it never meets mainstream media and create the exact same environment that they created on the left when it came to BLM. This is what I see coming. It's already happening on independent media. Stu Peters, Elijah Schaefer, not so, what is it? I forgot his podcast, Slightly Offensive or something like that. They're already starting to do things like this. You look on TikTok, it's all over TikTok.
But nobody gave a damn about this school before this happened.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
And
or the kids in it for that matter.
To say that the DEI is causing these fights, like to even like question that is wild to me. And it shows me that you've never seen a school fight before. You've never seen people just beef, bro. Like white and black people beef in schools. Why has it got to be racial?
There are beefs happening every day, okay? And they involve all different types of people every day, multiple times a day. Multiple times a day in school. And more so now, more than ever, because kids just, I think, are mentally in a different state, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know what these girls were fighting about, but I think nowadays kids have so much like pent up frustration and anger, and they have no idea how to deal with their emotions. They have no outlets. Okay. It's all on social media. You know, this is what it's all come down to and created. And I don't know. It's just sad. It's really sad. There's another story I want to share really quick because this was not getting a whole lot of traction in the news. And I don't know why, because this is a terrible, terrible story.
Well, now black people can say, look, the media won't cover us.
Yes. And I think some of them were saying that. But again, I want to go back to character, right? Let's not talk about whatever happened here because they're both equally tragic. But I want to go back to character. So I'm going to talk to you about this story. So this happened in Birmingham. Okay. So Mahogany Jaquise Jackson. In the 24 hours she was missing before being found dead by the police the following day, here are the details of the horrifying incident. Police arrested a group of 8 people made up of men and women alleged to have beaten, tortured, and gang raped Jackson on the evening of February 24th. Police say Jackson knew all these people. Okay. During a hearing on Friday for the suspect, Detective Mark Green testified that the abduction began at the home of the suspect after Jackson arrived there. Videos recorded by one of the men, so they recorded this entire thing, showed Jackson being stomped and spit on. Green said another man was seen straddling her on the ground while throwing punches at her head. The detectives said Jackson was heard begging for mercy, saying they've won, and pleading for them to let her go. Unfortunately, the assault was just part of the terror she went through. Green said in another video following the beating, one suspect is seen taking off her shirt. In another clip, he said Jackson was naked, being dragged by her hair towards a car. Someone yells off camera to throw her in the trunk, and then she was transferred to another suspect's home. At Serenity Apartments, she was forced to perform oral sex on the suspect at gunpoint. The detective testified that the man threatened to do something to her if she didn't do it right or if he didn't enjoy the sexual act. Afterwards, Jackson's pants were pulled down and the man ordered another suspect to sexually assault her. All 8 of the suspects were present at some point during the incident. Eventually, Jackson was taken from the apartment by 3 of the men. Police believe shortly after sending messages to her family asking for help, Jackson was shot in the head. Her mother previously told local Alabama News that Jackson's sister received a pin for her location and a message saying she was being held hostage. Jackson told them to call the police, but not to call her phone. Authorities said Jackson's body was found the day after the assault under a mattress at an illegal dump site known as Dub Man's Row. 3 suspects, 24-year-old Brandon Pope, 25-year-old Francis Harris, 18-year-old Jeremiah McDowell, were charged with 2 counts of capital murder, 1 for first-degree kidnapping, and 1 for first-degree sodomy. The 5 others, 26-year-old Tasia Lewis, 23-year-old Sanaya McCall, 23-year-old Giovanni Clapp, 25-year-old Blair Green, and 23-year-old Ariana Lachey, faced felony murder, first-degree kidnapping, and first-degree sodomy. This is a terrible, and this woman has a child as well that she leaves behind. Again, terrible story. So hard to listen to that. So hard to understand how somebody could do that. My next question is, how were you associated with people like this? Okay. Where is the character that these are the types of people you run into? I can guarantee you, because I know who I am, that I will never be kidnapped, raped, and sodomized by people I know. Okay? If that happens to me, it's going to be with somebody I don't know. But the chances of me putting myself in a situation for that is very slim to none. But we need to be talking about character. We need to stop talking just about the situations, because nothing is getting solved by that. Nothing is getting solved by that. We know there's evil people. We know there's bad people. What are we doing to better this situation? Why did this girl's parents or mother get a text and the sister got a text and nobody did anything?
Yeah, where were they?
Where were they?
I know if I get a text, I'm hopping out on feet.
How you get dragged naked through an entire apartment complex and nobody sees anything? Nobody calls the police? Come on, man.
Somebody knows something. Keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation. It really is sad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. This is hard to listen to. I swear I've never carried that much hate in my heart as I do these days.
And that's what this is creating, is a lot of hate in people's hearts for each other.
For no reason, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb reasons. It's like social media posts, media narratives, and people's attempt to like counter media narratives by going just as extreme as they do.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would say that social media has had a like dramatic impact on human life.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think it was just on social media. Like, this is just social media. There's no way that society really acts this way, but
yeah,
clearly so. People record fights. We didn't have phones to record, but we definitely like stood around and watched fights. But they were always broken up before they got too far.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say the thing about social media, because I was listening to something and I can't remember what it was, but they were talking about, they did a study like where they hooked up people's brain activity to like opening up different things, like different social media stories. And then like some of the people had no phone. Some of the people kept getting their phone taken away and given back to them. And it was like measuring what it was doing to their brain. And it was like, they basically said that there are super strong drugs out on the market that don't have the effect that social media has on the brain.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. The level of cortisone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking sad is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, as like, yeah, they don't really have anything to look forward to in life.
I know, right? It's sad. It's like, it's such a like a double-edged sword, right? Because I think there's a lot of great things about social media, but in the wrong hands, in the wrong circumstance, right? Like maybe with that kid who doesn't have a good home life, who doesn't have a lot of friends, who has self-esteem issues. Like there's a lot of like things that can make the perfect storm for this to just be a disastrous situation for somebody versus the ability to connect with people you never really would connect with, the ability to have a lot of conversations with people that you normally wouldn't get to talk to. The quick access to news, however, not all the news is accurate. Not all the news is stuff that we necessarily need to know or should know. There's pros and cons to it, and it's what it's like they designed it that way. They designed it that way.
It's wild. It's wild when you like sit and think deeply on a lot of these subjects. You can send yourself into like the darkest place ever.
Yeah.
I believe that's where a lot of these, I think these ideas start out as like good intentions.
Yeah.
But once you really start to think about the effects and the fact that politicians bought into technology that they can put on social media to get our, what is it, Cambridge? I forgot what lawsuit that was.
I think so.
The fact that they can use it for those sinister reasons, man. They've done a number on the human mind. A lot of these things are just, in my opinion, they're just warfare. They're like acts of war being committed against the citizens.
Yeah.
But we're just too stupid to realize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. Judy says, my kids weren't allowed to have a cell phone until they graduated from high school. I mean, I think that's great. But here's the other thing, though, is they've now even like worked technology into the school, right? So now they're like, oh, you gotta have an iPad. You got to do this on your cell phone. It's like they've made it so that you can't live without a cell phone. There, you used to be able to walk out and see payphones. You can't find that anymore, right? My son is planning a road trip, and I was laughing because I was like, dang, dude, back in my day, we'd be printing out like 52 pages of MapQuest to figure out how to get there. And they're like on their phone, and there's an app for planning and blah, blah, blah. It's wild. Like I said, they designed it that way. We need it, and it's killing us at the same time.
I just think people need to have healthy habits on their phones. You can have all these apps and it can be a convenience, but like put them down and go back to real life.
Yeah.
Like go cook a barbecue, go have some friends over, do something, go out in nature, go hike. I'm looking forward to summer to be able to do that again.
Yep.
Get out of your house, go touch grass, breathe air. I got to get that soundboard. Breathe air.
Breathe air. Well, this is a good transition though into the TikTok ban. So, TikTok has long been a conversation topic. Is it good? Is it bad? You know me, I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok. I think that there's a lot of like cool stuff on TikTok. Like I love to go on TikTok and get recipes and like it's quick format, type of stuff. Or like if I'm looking for a restaurant, I can look on TikTok for like a really cool review, see the food. That's what I use TikTok for mostly. But it is something that like the youth is on, like it's a way to reach a new generation of people. This is what they're on. They're here for the short format. Well, on Friday, and this is interesting how this has taken a turn. But on Friday, President Joe Biden endorsed legislation that could lead to the popular video sharing app TikTok being banned in the United States, a move that comes amid growing concerns in Washington about keeping America's data out of China's hands. The legislation passed through the U.S. House Energy Commerce Committee unanimously on Thursday, calls on China's ByteDance to divest its ownership of TikTok or effectively face a U.S. ban. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson also supports the bill and has indicated it would soon come up for a full vote in the House. Biden has said, if they pass it, I will sign it. I think it's kind of interesting, and I wonder like how that's resonating with his young voter base, the people that love Biden, that he's going to take away that TikTok drug. Yeah. What do you think?
I think this is outright fear porn, is what I think. I remember when I used to be on board with banning TikTok because China has our data and they have all these ways to peek into what we're interested in and all these different ways to be able to take advantage of us, right? We're weakened.
Mm-hmm.
You have a phone, you're on Google, you're registered to Microsoft, you're on Xbox. A lot of people have smart devices in their homes. Where are all these things manufactured? China.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to put some backdoor technology to be able to, peep into Americans' homes, they don't need TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
They've already infiltrated the schools. So to me, this is just outright government overreach. Why are you so concerned with the social media app when our 3-letter agencies are spying on us? Like, to me, it's like the big switcheroo. Don't pay attention to the Patriot Act. Don't care about that at all. Look at TikTok because TikTok is watching you. Like, is it really?
Yeah. And but here's my thing though, and this is where like my mind starts going is I'm like, okay, but I thought y'all were cool with China. And by y'all I mean President Biden and his side. I thought y'all were cool with China. China's not that bad, right? And then I think, okay, you want to ban it. What is coming on TikTok that you don't want us to see? Okay, because now President Trump has posted on his Truth Social that he opposes the ban.
Oh, now he opposes it, but before he was for it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So why is stuff switching? What happened? There's something deeper here. He says he completely opposes this legislation. And yeah. So I'm thinking there's more to this story. There's something weird going on. Because when the Democrats want to ban TikTok, like
I don't know. Maybe there's a false flag event coming up that,
yeah,
they don't want on TikTok because everything on TikTok and Twitter spreads like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. But I still think it's fear porn. I do. Like the fact that we're even sitting here like, oh, what's going to come? How come they want to get rid of this? To me, it's still fear porn. Because either way, you still have Google, you still have Microsoft, you still have Alexa, you still have all these things. Twitter still exists. Twitter is like the epicenter of what is happening in the country. You hear about news on Twitter before you hear it on the TV. I know about things that have happened because I look on my Twitter feed and I'm like, dang. So are we gonna ban Twitter next? Like, where does it stop?
Yeah.
They're selling all of our data anyway.
Yeah, they are.
You know what Facebook got called out for?
What did they get called out for?
For selling our data. I think it was like in an unethical way. I can't remember exactly what they got called out for, but it was something centered around them selling our data for profit to these like corporations and marketing companies.
Well,
without your knowledge is what it was. They're just selling it off.
Give me a break without your knowledge. Y'all knew. The Temu, that app that everybody was like buying like super cheap stuff on, like designer stuff. Dude, I remember when that first came out, Evan was like, my son, he was like, Mom, don't buy anything off of there. And I'm like, yeah, but like everything's so cheap. Like that's wild. And he said, it's so cheap because they're selling your information. So they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Of course, they're giving you basically the stuff for free or at their cost is what it is. They're just covering their cost for it, but they're making so much money on selling your data. And then lo and behold, it came out that that's what they were doing. And I'm like, thank God I listened to my son. Dodge that bullet.
To me, it's like Wish.
Yes.
What the fuck I will stick to Prime. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I see the advertisements for Temu all the time.
Yeah.
They also were called out for kids having mental illness because of Meta. Oh, but totally forgetting those kids have parents. Like, hello, man. I just heard a 12-year-old just died because of a TikTok challenge.
Another one? What was?
But to me, these are just recycled things. They make it scarier because it's on TikTok. We were doing these when I was a teenager. We were doing the cinnamon challenge on YouTube and Facebook. That killed.
What's the
when
cinnamon
you put
challenge?
a bunch of cinnamon in your mouth and try to swallow it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're doing that. The spicy ghost peppers. Several kids died from that. The Tide Pod challenge. The pass out challenge. Y'all remember that when you hold your breath and you have somebody hold your chest and then you fall out and then instantly wake back up? Like we were doing stuff like this too. It has nothing to do with TikTok, bro, and everything to do with where our parents.
I never did any of that.
Yeah, but you're older than me. I'm only 33.
See,
2008. I was 18, bro.
I love when Soonie brings up some foolishness that I'm older than her, and then when I'm trying to be like, "Yeah, you don't know nothing about this," she's like, "What you mean? I'm 30-something years old."
All I'm saying is you wouldn't have participated in this because I was literally 17. If you were participating in this, I would be like, we need to check you upstairs because why are you even doing these challenges?
Soonie, you had bad character if you were holding your breath.
I didn't do it, but you know, we had
thank God.
Vine. Like these were Vine challenges before there was a TikTok or Instagram. We had Vine.
Oh Lord.
Just saying, y'all, like it's not the social media's fault. It's parents that don't pay attention to their kids because I'm 33 and we were doing these things years ago. Over 20-something years ago, we were doing these very exact things. Where do you think the ice challenge came from? The ALS challenge that came from my generation of just doing dumb challenges online.
Yeah. Thank you.
You remember? What's the show with Rob Dyrdek?
I don't know.
Him and Big Rob. They sit online and watch these ridiculous videos of challenges that people do. But in the beginning, they say, "Now don't go and try to do any of these things."
But that's listen to an idiot.
What is the name of that show? You guys know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comment section. What were you saying? Ridiculousness. Thank you.
Oh, to an idiot though, when you put a thing that says "Don't do this at home," they're gonna be like, "Let me take notes on exactly what to do."
You want to know what we grew up watching? Who grew up watching like me? I grew up watching Jackass. Does anybody remember that show on MTV?
Yeah, I watched it. Mm-hmm.
We were doing that long before these kids were. They were sticking cars up their butts via condoms and going to get X-ray.
I don't know about all that. Okay, Soonie, you be hanging out with some wild people.
It was on TV, bro. Everybody knows that challenge on Jackass, the movie, where he went to the doctor after he shoved a condom up a condom up his ass. And the doctor.
Oh my Lord. Kids, if you're listening to the show, do not do this stuff. Okay. If you're so bored, if you're this bored that you need to put a toy car in a condom and put it up your butt. Okay.
Anything for views, bro.
Please. But see, that's exactly my point. Anything for views. That is the mentality now, is people are like, well, what can I do to be famous? What guy can I talk about so that I get a Netflix special or an agency to come? That's the mentality that I'm talking about. We got to get away from that. That's crazy.
Johnny Knox, bro. That's back in the day where black folks were interested in skating, bro. That was a big thing. I used to watch skaters. What's his name? Tony Hawk was huge. All I'm saying is it's just being recycled because my generation, we got a kick out of stuff like this. I would watch pranks on YouTube, challenges on YouTube. When YouTube first dropped and you couldn't put music or anything up there. It was just people.
Yeah, they did have kids, Cheryl. But see, the thing is that now it's not just watching like a show like Jackass that's like produced and there's like 25 medics standing by and these pranks have all been practiced. You see what I'm saying? Like to us, the pranks look like they're just like roundabout, but they've been talked about and practiced and consulted with medical people. And of course they're like, we don't suggest you do it, but they have medical people standing by watching them. So what happens is that now everybody thinks they can do it. You know what I mean? And everybody's trying to compete, right? So that kid who says, oh, I'm just going to eat one more Tide Pod than the dude before me and have this really crazy reaction. And hopefully if I live through that, I'll come out of it with 1 million followers. What?
Natural selection.
No, that's sad because it's like
shit. Where your mama, your daddy?
No. See, but that's what I'm saying. So that's one version of like the situation that we saw with the two girls in the street and the girl getting gang raped by a bunch of people. That's how they express their stupidity versus these people on TikTok doing this stuff like holding their breath and sticking shit up their ass. Like, why? You need
I think that was a stretch, but I get what you're saying.
You need to do something else. Okay. You need to do something else. You are extremely bored if that's what you're going to fill your time doing.
Yeah. If you want to eat a Tide Pod, then whose fault is that besides your parents and yours? I can't blame social media for that. Where are your parents? My kids don't have a TikTok. My kids they don't have a TikTok. They don't got an Instagram. They don't have tablets. They don't have any of that. And if they were to see somebody do that, they'd be like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you eat that? Well, no, why? Because they have parents that teach them fiction from reality. And you can't eat a Tide Pod and think that you're going to come out of it unscathed. You're probably going to screw yourself up.
Yeah. Exactly. See, if I were to walk into a room and my kid was doing something like that, I would have been like, oh, you trying to die? Don't worry. I'll kill you. Don't worry. We put the phone down because I ain't trying to implicate myself in no crime. I'll kill you if that's what you want. Seriously, that's stupid. It just enrages me. What's that?
Cinnamon challenge was huge. Kids were dying left and right from suffocating due to doing the cinnamon crazy. Maybe we were Gen Z, just not on steroids. I tend to think that millennials are pretty smart, except for after 95, it gets a little shaky.
But it's like the same thing. Like being a hoe isn't anything new, right? You just see more of them now because they literally wear it like a badge of honor. Being a baby mama isn't new. You just see it now because it's on the internet, so you have access to everybody's business. Back in my day, there were hoes all over the place. Back in my day, there were people that did stupid stuff and got in fights all over the place. It was an everyday occurrence. You just didn't see it. Like, unless you saw with your own two eyes. But I didn't know what was going on at a school in Michigan. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, in my day, if you said, who are your friends? I would be like, Tasha, Karen, P. Those were my friends because I actually knew them. Nowadays, it's like, yeah, Soonie's my friend. And they didn't ever meet Soonie. They don't know Soonie. They know Soonie from online, but they don't know Soonie. Like, that's what I think the dangerous ground that we've gotten on with social media is there's no like distinction on what reality is anymore. Yeah.
I like, listen, I will agree. Discord story time. They call each other friends all day, every day. And guess what? Every other day is a beef or drama between them. And then they go pick up and carry the bone and get 5 other people involved in the beef. And then they decide, okay, now we're going to dox the person that I call my friend. Bro, trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
And these aren't kids. These are people between my age and yours and older than you. Participating in stuff like this.
And I relinquish myself from people like that because I don't even want to claim those people. If you're listening from Discord and you're my age, okay, the 40-ish range, mid 40s, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm speaking to you, and if you're feeling a certain type of way about this, it's because this resounds with you. Yeah, put me on the big screen. Get a life. If you are spending your days on Discord, like what was that girl that we used to hate or that we used to like make fun of? M. Benz. Okay. Like she thinks she runs shit in Discord. And like, I haven't even seen anything from her. Like, I don't even know. But if you're like that type of girl and you think that like you're running some type of shit on social media, you're nobody. Okay. You're nobody. Unless if I call my friend that I've known for years, and I'm like, yo, do you know this person? Have you heard of M. Benz? Because apparently she's running shit over on Discord. Who? Exactly. You're nobody. And that's why you spend your days in these loser Discord rooms, because that's the only place that you feel like you're somebody. Okay. I feel sorry for you. Go out and make real friends. And if you feel like you can't do that because you don't like the way you look or you're not social, and that's the only place you can feel normal, work on yourself. Like, go to the gym, go to therapy, get some help. Delete Discord.
Bye. I'm just, you needed that rant.
I did.
But this is just something that you observe it. It's at every level. It's teenagers. It's grown ass people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that way because we had the same. I think it's a little different for generations after you. So it's starting with you and after you, because y'all didn't have technology the way I did. Like, I got technology when I was 12, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Social media was a thing for me in middle school, but most of my life, up until eighth grade, 7th, 8th grade, I was outside running around playing.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we witnessed these things, I think back then there was a fringe minority of teens doing stupid shit like that. Because I don't know nobody that I ever came in contact with that did the hold your breath challenge. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
But we were sure watching it on Vine versus these kids who've had nothing but technology. They're like, ooh, let's go do this video. And then they're going to get millions of views off that because it's instant gratification. So it's just morphed and changed with every generation.
Yeah.
You are just closer to the boomers.
Thank
I'm
God.
like a healthy mix of in between.
Oh, I'm happy to be closer to the boomers. Honestly.
That's why they call me Soonie, the middle child.
Yeah.
I'm smack dead in the middle of 2 generations.
I'm sorry. I really, I'm glad I'm where I'm at. I'm glad I'm where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
I like being, I've got dual citizenship, right? I can hang out with y'all, but then I can go hang out with idiot young people because we kind of relate on the level.
Yeah.
So I still think they're stupid, extremely dumb.
Yeah. See, I can't. Like, if I think you're stupid, I'm not going to waste my time with you. I don't have that kind of time. Like, I'm almost halfway through my life and I need to spend it with things that like matter. Like, I don't have time to fuck around with like idiots. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have that type of time. Life is too precious. Okay, so before we move out of like the damper zone with the crazy stories, I came across this story. Soonie, are you leaving Discord? No,
that place is a gold mine for content, bro. No.
All right, so I have a crazy story, you guys. This is a wild story. I couldn't even believe when I read it. I had to look into it because I was like, this cannot be real. But of course, it's happening in the state of Utah. And you know who occupies the state of Utah? Those dang, I'm sorry if you're Mormon, but y'all be messing up. You guys be doing some weird stuff sometimes, okay? So, hold on one second. Dave, you think maybe like the walkie-talkie right now could just... I know, but do y'all hear that?
That's a Red Pill. Red Pill be on not TikTok. She be on Discord pissing people off.
See, and I think
making people have emotional meltdowns.
Red Pill is closer to my age. Red Pill. Okay, you're a woman of a particular age. What are you doing over there? I know you got a lot of kids too. I know you don't got time for all that.
You whore.
Yeah. All right. So a Utah couple was arrested this week, like as in this week, after their teenage daughter called the police on Thursday to report that her father has been raping her for the past year and a half. Provo officers questioned the couple, the teen's stepfather and mother, and they admitted they'd been having sex with her for more than a year. The couple, who is both in their mid to late 30s, were jailed for investigation of forcible sexual abuse, forcible sodomy, and object rape. The stepfather is also being investigated for rape. The stepfather explained to the police that a year ago, he and the victim's mother learned that the victim was wanting to meet and have sex with strangers online. An arrest affidavit said, he said, together, him and his wife decided that teaching the victim about sex and engaging in sexual acts with her would be safer for her than having sex with strangers. And that's all she wrote. Okay.
I mean, this is what you get when you allow the pseudoscience of like sexual education, which is teach kids how to masturbate and teach them that it's normal. This is what happens. You wake up the sleeping what do you call them? I'm just going to call them what they are. You tell the demons that they're allowed to come out and play and prey on the innocent, which is what they're doing. They're using the same arguments that the left and so many people on the left are using, which is there's nothing wrong with your 2-year-old learning how to flick their peen. Let them explore. And who's teaching them this? How do they know how to explore?
Yeah. It's wild.
They throw them under the jail, bro. Throw these motherfuckers under the jail.
Like, I'm just thinking when the police were interviewing the stepfather and he just like calmly explains to them, well, yeah, I mean, like she was online trying to meet with people randomly. And we just decided this was the best. If she wanted to learn about sex, then we would have sex with her. That's
I bet you
like,
her mother's liberal.
Right?
That's so disgusting, bro. People are gross. Like,
gross.
Get a fucking grip, man.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You want to talk about Moniece slaughter her babies?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I got a great
Moniece
slaughter. Okay, I have a great video here from what's his name? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I have a great video here from Blanchard. You know Blanchard. Yeah.
Yep.
So he made a great video.
Blanchard.
Yeah. So I'm going to just play this video because this shows Moniece crying. Now, if you're wondering what's on her head, it's her wig. She didn't cut the lace off. But here she is. This is Moniece Slaughter. So if you don't know who Moniece Slaughter is, she's from Love and Hip Hop. And that's about all I can say. She's a singer, right? She's a singer too.
She's not a singer.
Oh, okay. I know.
I think she likes to make her. I've only heard her sing, and she's a like you ever heard of like a soft singer, a whisper singer, not a powerhouse, where they sing like this and they sound good, but if they go any higher, the voice starts to crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing I see her do is vocal lessons.
Okay. All right. Well, she did a video online. We're not going to obviously play the whole video because it was like a whole long thing, but she was basically promoting late term abortions in a sense. Okay. She states that she got her tubes tied and that she would never experience being pregnant naturally. Blanchard, who is the one that posted this video, says you have to pay attention to the language. Imagine getting an abortion, tying your tubes, then getting IVF. What's missing? God. Satan wants to control birthing because his greatest enemy is the woman's seed. All right, so let's play this video.
For me, which was I chose to terminate at 29 weeks, almost full term. So if anybody wants to know, let's just put it to rest. Let's just put it to bed. Let's just move on.
Where are the tears?
My mother, y'all could believe whoever you want, but the people that were there were there. They saw my stomach. They saw my daughter kicking. They saw my stomach moving. I was in the dentist for prenatal gingivitis. My teeth were cracking. That is a crown. That's a crown. This is a crown. That's all this
What is wrong with women?
I don't even understand. I don't even understand what her teeth have to do with anything.
Well, I guess she's justifying it with prenatal gingivitis.
She justified the abortion?
Well, I'm waiting for her to say why she did this thing, and she just immediately brought up prenatal gingivitis.
Cracking teeth. You want to know what happened to my show? I wasn't willing to film losing my child. I didn't
Why did
have
you lose it?
stillborn, I didn't miscarry. I chose. I made a decision.
Now, Miss Slaughter, no.
Why? No, go back. Fucking goddamn Blanchard.
I can't go back.
Why
Hold
did
on.
she do it?
While I'm here, you try to find the video where she explains why she got an abortion.
Yeah, we need to know
She's
why.
being used
You blame
as a
pregnancy
tool of
gingivitis.
propaganda. She is trying to get you all to be okay with late-term abortions, which will eventually go into full-term abortions, which will eventually just go into all-out child sacrifice outside of the womb. That is the goal of all of this. And Satan has picked the perfect candidates to carry out this agenda, the Black woman. Because the Black woman wants to be seen, she wants to be heard, she wants to be idolized, and she wants to be worshiped. Black women are the face of abortion. They lead the nation in abortion. So my question is, what are we going to do about it?
For everybody that's
Is this more?
Okay. I can't find the video, but I have her statement.
Okay.
Bruh. This is why I say no exceptions. Because when you say the health of the mother, these disgusting batches, they give excuses like, I will never experience motherhood again the natural way, and that's fine. But I had to do it. I had to do it on a heart condition. All the RNs, all the nurses that watch us, what heart condition would make it impossible for you to carry an additional 10 weeks after already carrying for 29 weeks? Why would the doctor say it's you or the baby? I'll continue reading. And I chose the best route for me, which was I chose to terminate at 29 weeks, almost full term. If anybody wants to know, let's just put it out there. Let's put it to bed and let's just move on. What heart condition?
All of a sudden she has a heart condition? Doesn't she have other kids? She has other kids, doesn't she?
She has one kid, yes.
Mhm.
Moniece Slaughter has spoken at length about a decision she made to terminate her pregnancy. People are saying she lied about it. In a video online, she explained that she suffers from a heart condition and recalled her ex-husband abandoning her shortly after losing her unborn child. What does losing mean? That means that this is something that you lost and it wasn't intentional. You can't purposefully have a loss.
Right.
You killed it. You murdered a baby that probably would have been just fine outside the womb with some interventive care. I think that's the word. You have the doctor come in and provide life-saving measures to sustain life, right? So that baby was viable. You decided to terminate it because you were going through whatever hard times you were going through in life. We all know this is why women choose abortion. Statistics and studies prove this. This evil broad got on social media and just got up there looking for sympathy for murdering her baby due to some made-up heart condition. And her continuing an additional 10 weeks would have killed her.
So
Are
wait,
you kidding me?
So the dude left her after this, or the dude left her in another pregnancy? I'm confused.
Shortly after losing her unborn child,
her
ex-husband abandoned her. So I'm assuming the man left her because
you killed his
my
baby. Yeah. I love how they say abandoned.
Oh, let's keep reading. I was at the dentist for prenatal gingivitis. My teeth were cracking at the crown. I was cracking teeth. You want to know what happened to my show? I wasn't willing to film losing my child that I didn't have a stillborn. right? So you didn't lose a child. I didn't miscarry. I chose. I made a decision for my ex-husband, the man that described me as the woman of his dreams, introduced me to his children, spent time around my son, answered my phone when I was down after my surgery, was in a group chat with me, and my family denounced our marriage and marriages that I hold sacred. Is anybody following this line of logic of the reasoning behind why she did this?
Well, and it looks like from what Red Pill saying, she sees no pregnant pictures. And the way she seems like people saw me pregnant, people saw my belly move. It seems to me like people are even questioning if she even was pregnant or if she's just lying to get attention.
What is this? Here's a video, but you can't go through it. I don't like on Instagram that you can't push through the video.
I know.
About my pregnancy. If you were there for me, I love you.
Bro, I'm going to call Cap and say she's making this whole thing up. I think it's absolutely disgusting that she's willing to blame a fake heart issue and her husband for her decision.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the bottom of why she actually chose to do this. Because
yeah,
I don't believe shit she just said in that video. That she's cringe. Bottom line, she's cringe. Anybody associated with her defending that shit is cringe. Ew.
And again, like, why do you take to social media? If this really happened, really, like, this is a traumatic thing, right? Why do you feel the need to bring it to social media and talk about it? Because, like, the greasy side of me wants to be like, okay, now I need the guy to speak up because I need to hear his side of the story. That's the greasy side of me. But in all reality, it's not my business. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's not my business. It's none of our businesses. Why she had an abortion, that she was pregnant, she wasn't pregnant, what the relationship was like, why the guy decided to really leave her. It really is none of our business. But yet again, we love this type of stuff. And when I say we, I include me in this statement because I fall victim to getting sucked into this stuff. But in all reality, like, why do people bring this shit to the internet? If it's not just to go viral, to get attention, you know?
Yeah, because I was thinking about Moniece Slaughter before she put that out.
Nobody.
Girl, who is calling you a liar? Except for like what? A couple comments in your comment section. And you just felt the need. I just want to go live and talk about this because people think I'm lying.
Yeah.
Whatever. She is. I think I told you to watch that whole Tank thing with her and Tank.
I didn't watch it.
You got to watch that. Please watch that.
What is it? What is it with her and Tank?
Tank pretty much went on Hollywood Unlocked back when Melissa Ford was on there with Jason Lee.
Uh-huh.
And Jason Lee said, hey, I heard you telling a story about Moniece Slaughter. And I want you to come on here and tell it to the station. And he pretty much aired her out as being like a crazy broad. Like she's batshit crazy.
She looks crazy. I mean, from what I remember her on Love and Hip Hop, because I stopped watching that a long time ago. She is crazy. And like Jessica said, like what happened to her heart condition when she was fighting all those girls? Like she didn't have a heart condition then?
Lying.
Hey, Mad Cow. Welcome. Hi, little baby.
Mm-hmm. What you want?
She's so cute.
Okay. She's signing. We taught her sign language.
Oh, fancy.
Mm-hmm. Say more. Watch this. You want more? Hold on.
What's this? Is this more? I don't know sign language. Is this more?
Tell me you want more. Do you want more? Say more.
Oh, like this? Is that more?
Yeah. She's like, more.
Oh, I just want to eat those little cheeks up.
You don't want it? Okay, don't eat it then.
Dude, if I were watching a baby with cheeks like that, they would get their baby back like just with kisses all over. Like I would be kissing cheeks. That's all I do. That's all I do. Okay, so
pause.
Yeah.
Don't mean those cheeks.
Oh no. Don't be nasty. I was talking about the baby.
That's what happens when you deal with a generation that says cheeks for, it's booty cheeks. When you
I said kissing cheeks, not clapping cheeks.
Don't matter. Cheeks is cheeks.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of pregnancies, so the Kentucky Senate approved a retroactive child support for pregnancy. Okay. So a bill that would allow Kentuckians to collect child support payments for fetuses as long as there is an order in place within a year of the birth pass. So basically, as long as it's within a year, not a year and a day, but exactly a year, you can retroactively collect your child support. Okay, from being pregnant. And yes, I said from being pregnant. Okay, now Soonie made a great video. I'm gonna play it right now. Because I was like, oh, I need the people at Hollywood Unlocked to answer to this. Okay. Because man, we were talking earlier, those people on Hollywood Unlocked, they're hella sensitive. All the hood sites. All the hood sites on Instagram. Okay, here you go.
And there you have it, folks. All you had to do to get women to acknowledge that fetuses are children was to attach child support. No, I'm not kidding, and no, you didn't read that wrong. A Republican-led Kentucky Senate voted to overwhelmingly on Tuesday grant the right to collect child support for fetuses. We are truly living in the upside down, and I want to get off the roller coaster. Meow.
Meow. I love that. Meow. That was my favorite part. Yeah, it's wild. And so, anyways, this is what's funny. Okay, so the guy who sponsored the bill, Senator Whitney Westerfield, said, "I believe that life begins at conception, but even if you don't, there's no question there are obligations and costs involved with having a child." See, this is the funny thing about it, though, is now that the money is involved, those people aren't going to be like, well, it's not a baby yet. It's just a clump of cells. Oh, okay. Well, men in Kentucky, y'all better make it clear you ain't paying for no clump of cells. Okay. You ain't paying for a clump of cells. You need to see a blood test showing that child is yours. Okay. And how do you know? Let me just read on to this thing. Okay. So it said there are doctor visits and medical care bills even before expenses like car seats. He said these costs are very real and add stress to what is and should be an exciting and beautiful time in a young mother's life. This guy's assuming that the young mother ain't had everybody on the block skeet inside of her. Okay. All right. In allowing for retroactive child support, the Senate Majority Caucuses said in a statement that Westerfield is addressing the concern of absent fathers in Kentucky. I didn't like that part because I was like, why do you assume that the father is absent? Why is it immediately that the father chose to be absent? Did you ever stop to think that these women, because the guy didn't want to be with her, exes him out of her life? Doesn't allow him to be part of the, but see, now that's all going to change because now just being pregnant is going to make you some money.
Well, why is he forced to be financially obligated if she's not forced to be morally obligated to have the baby?
Right.
Why can't that guy say, yeah, I'm signing my rights away? Like, or just opt out of parenthood altogether, and he shouldn't be financially responsible for anything. If you choose to have a baby, then you need to figure that out. And this is not me promoting single parent homes.
Yeah.
This is it's a real consequence to you having a kid that both people don't agree upon. If guys have to be okay with you making the last decision on them having a kid, then you should be okay with them saying, I'm not paying for anything.
Right. I would hope there's going to be a blood test involved, right? But when I was reading, because this bill actually was proposed 2 years ago, and when I was reading the old information on the bill, I didn't go through the new one. It said that a blood test would be performed only at the mother's request. So my next question is, so this is just basically going on her word that, oh, this is the dad? And how do we know she's not going to pull a Moniece Slaughter and be like, well, let me get my payments, and then when the 7th month comes, I'm going to be like, I'm done with you, and abort the baby? My thing is, if you're going to do all this, then the minute the guy starts sending you checks, then any decision you make with that baby needs to be signed off on by both of y'all. You cannot make any solo decisions about the life of that child without the father's consent, in my opinion. If you're gonna start accepting payments, okay.
I agree with you. There have to be caveats to this.
Yeah, there has to be. I got to read the bill because I really don't know, like what the parameters are. But apparently states like Utah, I think Georgia, there's some other states that kind of participate in something similar. So,
by the way, this was not Democrat led.
Yeah.
This is a Republican led Senate and Republican led House. Just FYI.
Yes. And I'm glad Yakini brought this up. Hold on one second. I'm glad Yakini brought this up because I did also think about that too. I said, well, this could have a positive effect, right? And maybe guys will think twice.
Yeah.
Before they
will, but still, it still seems like an incentive for women and a consequence for men, when it should be a consequence for both.
Yeah.
Like to me, this is incentivizing women to go get pregnant and then abort at the last minute, like you said.
Yeah.
Or collect however much money they want and then go abort.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's penalizing the guy into being like, well, if you get a woman pregnant, this is what happens to you.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Once again, it could be something that's good, right? But it has just sinister. It can go down sinister lanes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to read the bill, is what it is, because I don't even know.
No way. Too many guys. Women are pretty whore-like. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
No.
Making closing your legs exist again. I mean, Yakini, not when there's a paycheck involved. Hell, girls are probably like, let me find a guy who's going to treat me bad, scam me, knock me up, leave me. It seems like you making out better than the one that's getting married at that point.
Well, he also has to have money because, what if he's broke and she tries to use it against him and she gets absolutely nothing?
Well, here's my thing. That's why I want to read the bill, because is the bill saying that it'll allow, let's say you're not married, right? In a special instance, since the guy has to pay, can you add this girl to your health insurance, right? Because then I'm not handing you a check, but I'm certainly paying for your medical visits. I'd much rather do that than just hand you money. And who knows what it's going towards? Because, they come up with these crazy amounts for child support when the child is out of the womb. Who's determining the value of what the child support is going to be while the child's in the womb? I don't know.
You got to read the bill, like you said.
You got to read the bill.
So funny. She's active now. I remember I used to be able to sit here and do shows, and she would sit there and just lay down and not move. And now she's like crawling everywhere.
And now she's gone.
Trying to walk.
Child support is supposed to be based off of both incomes. She may make more and only get $50 a week. Yeah, that ain't how it's working. It's not being based off of both incomes. It's being based off the father's income.
Well, dang, we're like flying through our topics. Now we just have Candace left.
Yeah, we got Candace left, and this is a good one. So I'm going to play a little bit of a video. So if you need to tend to the baby, I want people to hear a little bit of this video that Candace made that kind of sparked this whole thing between her and Rabbi Shmuley, where she's basically accusing him and some other people in connection with Michael Jackson's death. Now, this is not the beginning of the video. I'm just kind of like popping in the middle where she kind of gets to the meat of it. You guys can go check this out. I'll take this comment down so you can see. It's called "I'm Done Being Threatened: The Michael Jackson and Diddy Connection Exposed." It's a very, very good video. I highly suggest you watch it if you're a Michael Jackson fan or if you've been interested in the Diddy stuff, because Candace brings some very good points to the table. So here we go.
In those docs, and this is where it gets relevant, there is one man that is named as being the person that can do the cleanups, right? This is the guy that you are supposed to call if you get into any sort of a scenario.
So she's breaking down right now the Diddy lawsuit.
So in these docs, it says Mr. Combs instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad, that is Fahim Muhammad, if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. And upon information and belief, this is regarding the shooting that took place at Chalice Recording Studios. Again, he is alleging that Diddy and his son shot someone. And after that shooting, the documents say explicitly that Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at the recording studio. The LAPD was in the recording studio and witnessed the blood in the restroom, and they went with the bogus claim that the shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. So again, what we are seeing there is that you call this guy and this guy will make it disappear, and the media will report whatever the incident is in a capacity that covers up the crime, allegedly. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The cleanup guy, Mr. Fahim Muhammad, was also on the scene when Michael Jackson died. So I want to introduce you to and allow you to listen to Ian Carroll. He's an independent journalist that is investigating everything that is going on, and he explains that connection that Fahim has with Michael Jackson. Take a listen.
So this new lawsuit just came out that shows tons of evidence that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, has been running a sexual blackmail operation very much like Jeffrey Epstein, but in the rap and music industry for basically 30 years. And in that lawsuit, we learned that his head of security while he's running the sexual blackmail ring is this guy named Fahim Muhammad, who before working for Diddy was the head of security for Michael Jackson when he was only 21. And he was one of the first people on the scene when Michael Jackson died. And before we go to Michael Jackson, the most important part of the Diddy case to bring across is the fact that the record executives at the very top knew what P. Diddy was doing. They were attending the parties with underage girls where they were spiking drinks. They were deeply involved in Diddy's personal life, and all evidence points to them supporting his operation, or at the very least, turning a blind eye to it.
So yes, this is obviously huge. It's also potentially terrifying. And now if you want to be rational and use rational side of your brain, you just go, okay, well, this could just be a coincidence, right? Like Fahim Muhammad, he is in security. And yes, he obviously is high up in security. He was providing security to Michael Jackson. He happened to die on his watch. Big deal, right? Big deal. Well, I think that would lead us to the question of who exactly is Fahim Muhammad, because that's kind of a big first job to have. You're 21 years old and you're protecting the king of pop. What exactly are his qualifications? Let's go back to Ian Carroll and his reporting.
And now here's the best part. Check this out. This is in all of his bios, by the way, but we're pointing it out now. In 2008, Fahim graduated from Sacramento State University with a bachelor's of science degree in business administration with a concentration in real estate and marketing. Okay. Do you realize what's wrong with that yet? Anything coming to mind? When did Michael Jackson die? June 25th, 2009. Jackson died from cardiac arrest caused by a propofol and benzodiazepine overdose caused by his doctor, apparently. Hold up. Hold the phone. Pause. Why is a dude who just graduated college last year degree the head of security for the king of pop, for Michael Jackson, the most famous musician of all time?
Yeah, that is remarkably suspicious. And if we had a media that was interested in actually presenting the truth and not just propagandizing on behalf of the state, they would probably explore and look deeper into who this character is. But of course, that's not what the media does. Instead, they are meant to convince people of certain narratives. And like I said in the past, I've been a victim to that. I was obviously very young when everything was going on with Michael Jackson, and I believed the media, which which is why I was kind of stunned to kind of go back and revisit the Michael Jackson case. And Ian has extensively unpacked that, revealing, and I did not know this, maybe perhaps because the media wasn't interested in telling us the end result. But yes, the FBI raided Michael Jackson's home. They poured through hours upon hours of the video footage that he had, other materials, documents that were in his house, trying to find this connection to Michael Jackson and potential child abuse. And what ended up being the result was that they could not find a single shred of proof that Michael Jackson had abused any children. And yet, despite this, the media convinced us that he was a pedophile, or maybe they didn't convince you, but they definitely did a good job convincing me that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. And to be clear, maybe it's perhaps the lack of evidence that was ever uncovered. Michael Jackson was found not guilty of all of the charges that were brought against him. But that didn't stop the media's obsessive attacks against him. They still wanted people to believe that this man was a bad individual. And so they shifted their claims and they started revealing in so many articles, so many front page news pieces were written to tell the masses that Michael Jackson was a raging anti-Semite. It is a fact, by the way, that Michael Jackson did keep a list of people in the industry that he said were his enemies, okay? On that list were people that all happened to be Jewish. So it was lawyer Gloria Allred, music exec Tommy Mottola, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, you may have heard of him, and I'm going to mention him later, Israeli illusionist Uri Geller, and also Michael Jackson's former manager, Dieter Weisner. Now, to be clear, it was Dieter himself that revealed that Michael Jackson had this list, but he says that Michael Jackson was just paranoid, that Michael Jackson thought that these industry people were all colluding to try to ruin his life and to take over his life. And again, that was just Michael Jackson being crazy and being a raging anti-Semite. Well, Ian Carroll also investigates those claims.
You're muted.
Sorry, I'll let you guys finish that video on your own. I've shared with you enough of it. What she does later is she basically goes into Rabbi Shmuley, which is named as people who were around Michael Jackson, people who were on the list that Michael Jackson kept. And all these people eventually turned on him. Rabbi Shmuley wrote a book about Michael Jackson called The Lost Michael Jackson Tapes, where he basically released all the transcripts and audio. You can even find some of it on YouTube if you look up Rabbi Shmuley and Michael Jackson, and you can hear conversations between them that Rabbi Shmuley put out, basically only demonstrating, you know, times where Michael was feeling really down, where he was like feeling like the world was against him. And Rabbi Shmuley was kind of acting as a mentor to him at the time. But then as soon as he died, Rabbi Shmuley completely turned on Michael Jackson and made a profit off of him. Okay. And started to refer to Michael Jackson as an anti-Semite. Okay. The point being that Candace was trying to make is, are you guys seeing a pattern? This is the same thing that Kanye was trying to point out. Now, we're not making like any assumptions or any, you know, statements here, because you know how that goes. But basically, there's a lot of facts that she lays out in this video that make you go, huh, that's kind of interesting, because Kanye said the same thing. Cat Williams said the same thing. Like, how many more people have to come out and connect the dots on there's something fishy with certain people in this community? I'm not saying the entire community, but definitely people at a level high up in this industry where people are dying, people are getting committed, people are being, you know, mysteriously like canceled, right? Where they were being revered as like the world's greatest whatever, and then all of a sudden they're not, or they're dead, right? So enter Rabbi Shmuley, who I've known Rabbi Shmuley because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. And during the whole Kanye West thing, I started following Rabbi Shmuley. And here's what he looks like if you guys don't know who he is. And here's his Instagram page. This is him right here. Okay. If you go through the last couple of days, his stories, he has been aside from the weird sex stuff that he posts, but he has been posting nonstop about Candace Owens, making lives about her, basically saying she is crazy. She has mental issues. He's calling for Ben Shapiro to fire her. His daughter, Rashalea, who's another weirdo, has been calling. They've been making videos about Candace Owens nonstop. Okay. It just doesn't end. Candace Owens, it's like they're obsessed with her. Okay. So it's kind of interesting that minutes after Candace dropped that video that I just showed to you, Rabbi Shmuley took to his live, and I'm not going to show you that because he basically did not really address anything she said. He went straight into attacking her, calling her an anti-Semite, calling her crazy, calling for Ben Shapiro to fire her. All these attacks. And I was watching this live and I was like, address the comments, address what she said, disprove what she's saying. That's all you got to do is disprove what she's saying. There it is. Go ahead.
I'm not going to play it. We were talking.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Yeah. Yeah, you can play it. You can go ahead and play it.
Okay. I was just going to have it in the background so people
No, I want people to hear what he says.
All right.
It's on mute.
Careful, Candace. A lot of this is real defamation and libel. You're treading in pretty forbidden grounds, but I think your only defense, if this ever becomes a major legal issue, is that you're really betraying yourself as emotionally and intellectually unbalanced. But why has it come out in the direction of a global Jewish conspiracy, that we Jews control Hollywood, that we Jews are trying to bring down black people? Let me be clear. Candace Owens made her name because she was a conservative. Now she's engaging in pure identity politics. Why did I call her out over her love for Kanye West? Not because she was defending America's foremost anti-Semite, not because she was defending someone who said he's going DEFCON 3 against the Jews, not because she was defending someone who combined a swastika with a Magen David, not because she was defending someone who said he loves Hitler. Loves Hitler. Remember, Hitler murdered 10,000 Jews a day and gassed 1.5 million Jewish children. No, I came after her because she's black. Talk about the most disgusting excuses for your vile behavior. Candace, this man is up in my living room every single day at the top of that list, Martin Luther King. That you would disgrace the African-American community by saying that being black is an excuse to be an anti-Semite. Wow. Don't use your blackness as an excuse to be an anti-Semite. The black community is a righteous community. It is a just community. It's a community that we marched with in the civil rights movement. It is a community that I am close to till this very day. The color of your skin gives you no excuse to update the protocols of the elders of Candace, to defame the Jews in some insane rant that were running a pedophile sex ring to bring down black celebrities. Your defense of Kanye West and his love of Hitler is despicable. Your inability to condemn the women who were gang raped on October 7th is despicable. Your words about me and my hag daughter, to use those words, is despicable. The only excuse you have is that you are suffering, it seems, from a complete mental and nervous breakdown. And if your boss, Ben Shapiro, who wears a yarmulke and makes money off your anti-Semitic rants from the protocols of the elders of Candace, had any decency, he would take you off the air, not because of your anti-Semitism, although it's pretty interesting that he would make money off your anti-Semitism. He would take you off the air and give you paid leave so that you can collect yourself and get yourself together. Because in about a month, you're going to wake up and you're not going to believe the things that you wrote, because you are experiencing a complete nervous and psychological breakdown in real time. But why is it coming out with fulminations, the most disgusting anti-Semitic fulminations? Look at me, everybody. I stopped what I was doing, getting ready for Shabbos, to respond to Candace Owens. I'm not Candace. I don't have someone who does my makeup. I don't have someone who makes sure I look great. I am what you see, and you see what I am. I have always tried to be as authentic as possible. I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. I hate Hamas. I especially love my African-American brothers and sisters who I've worked with my entire life. Cory Booker was my student president at Oxford University. I was proud to love and be Michael Jackson's rabbi. I tried to save his life, and we saw how that all ended. She said that I killed Michael Jackson. That's another interesting thing, Candace. Speak to your lawyers before you make these statements, but keep on saying it. Yes, I killed Michael Jackson. This woman says that we Jews are murderers, killers. No doubt, Candace, I took Michael Jackson's blood and mixed it in my matzahs for Passover. You have become a despicable anti-Semite. And you are becoming, Candace Owens, almost the foremost anti-Semite in the United States, all while you're employed by Ben Shapiro. But I want you to know something. When we Jews say never again, we mean never again. We are never again going to be defamed by you, Candace Owens, and have you use your ethnicity to defend your despicable.
Okay, I can't listen anymore because you're using your ethnicity to defend your despicable activities. You
Isn't
wrote a
that
book called
wild?
Anal is Kosher. You Jews, and yes, I'm going to say it, have no problem capitalizing off of black degeneracy, which in my book is completely disrespectful to the people that you say you marched with a long time ago because we were never depicted that way. So, yeah, we get to talk about how much y'all really control shit. It's not anti-Semitic to tell the truth. What is wrong with these people?
Can you believe that?
I'll be right back. I'm about to go get a
Yeah.
shirt. I'll be right back.
Oh, she's about to go get a shirt. Yeah. I was like blown away. I was blown away. And if people don't see what is going on, and let me tell you something, you guys. If you don't like Candace, if you love Candace, whatever. Okay. I happen to have immense amount of respect for Candace. Yes, there are things that I don't agree with her on, but I think for the most part, I have an immense amount of respect for her. Okay. Candace does not come out and make such bold statements without having the surety of what she's saying. Okay. Now she did use a lot of allegedly in that thing because she had to. So this guy is now saying that he is, considering taking an action lawsuit against her for defamation. Okay. But let me tell you something. He better watch out because if you look at Candace's track record of people that have taken her to court, every single one of them have lost. And we're not talking about she settled or anything like that. They have lost or they have dropped their suit. What does that say? Anti-Defamation League. Truth is hate. Oh, truth is hate speech. Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No different than BLM. It's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
They're a big think tank group for the left, pretending to be right-wingers. And then coming against anybody black who likes to come against them and expose what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's
you can use your race and your identity to okay your denigration of blacks, but don't let us do it. No.
And if there's one thing that evil hates, y'all, it's to be exposed to the light. Okay. And the minute Candace exposed this guy has been nonstop making videos like the one Soonie just had up here. Marlena wants to get your shirt.
It's not his first time.
Yeah. It's not his first time.
This is not live on any website. This is just my merch. If you want to buy it though, I can take an order for you.
Send her a message.
I need that shirt.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I just thought it was wild. Candace hasn't yet responded, but it has taken her a long time to even say anything about this dude because they've been talking about her since the Kanye thing, So
yeah.
What's up, Pete? Yeah, they've been talking about her since the Kanye thing nonstop, and she has not responded to any of those comments. So my question is, what happened now in Candace's head? It can't just be that she had this revelation with Michael Jackson and P. Diddy. She knew what she was doing when she made those comments. She knew she was about to poke the hornet's nest, and this dude showed, in my opinion, he showed his ass. Sitting in his office going, oh, look, I've had this picture of Martin Luther King up at my office, and I've marched with black people in the streets, blah, blah, blah. Why are you saying all that? Why do you have to say all that to defend yourself? Just speak to what she said, what she laid out. Speak to that. I don't need to know how many black friends you have. That doesn't play any factor in this. He made himself look more guilty, in my opinion. So
he is guilty.
Guilty.
I wish I don't want our channel to get nuked. Okay. I really do.
I know. We've already said the J word.
If you want to hear what I have to say on this, you can just go to my Instagram. I'm very much so not I'm not like unhinged. but I'm more generous with my commentary on there than I am on here because you can't say certain things, and I'm probably going to get flagged for that photo that I put up. But it's true.
Yeah.
It is absolutely true. I'm not making this up. I don't have an issue with the Jew down the street. I have an issue with secular Jews, Zionist Jews that get on TV and get pissed off anytime you expose any truth against them. But we can expose BLM. Oh,
Right.
we can expose what China's doing. We can expose what the Muslims are doing. We can expose everybody but y'all because it's never again. Never. You're not gonna Hitler us. Why are you implying that all Hitler if we have an issue with you?
Right. And the minute you do, it's you're crazy.
Just having a nervous breakdown. Or maybe you just don't want to answer the specific questions that were put in her commentary in that video because it makes you somewhat culpable or guilty. Whatever you did. You're feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
To constantly use this is a Jewish attack. Are you kidding me? What the hell?
And I need everybody, even though he's no longer with us, to issue an apology to Michael Jackson for calling him a pedophile. I need everybody to issue an apology to Michael Jackson for calling it, because it's about to come out that Michael Jackson was killed. There's some foul play going on here. And you know what? It wasn't.
I
even
thought
the
it already
doctor.
came out
They
that he was
sprayed-
killed.
Well, see, this is it. You know whose rhymes with whose, okay? Pinned it on the black doctor who gave him the medicine. Or who made the call to be like, give him another hit of the propofol?
Who made the call?
Who made the call? That's what I'm saying. So Shmuley needs to be careful because when you put a lawsuit against somebody, guess what you open up? What did we learn, boys and girls, on this show? Discovery. Thank you so much. Okay. So anyways.
Dun dun dun.
Red Pill
What's gonna happen,
apologizes for calling him a pedo.
Yeah, she called Michael Jackson a pedo. Cat Williams needs to come out and say that, he said Michael Jackson's walking around smelling like little boys' booty holes. You need to come out and say sorry.
Yeah, you do.
Who else?
Uh-oh, Trump just won the Republican nomination for president. We
Let's
already
go.
know.
Duh.
We
We already knew this.
We
Do
already
we have a
knew
graphic. Let's pull up a graphic. Once again, America. You remember the day the Earth stood still? You remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when it happened in reality?
Which time?
When Trump won the presidency and everybody woke up the next day screaming, "No!
No!" Or what about when everybody? What about when Hillary lost the election? That's the other time I was thinking about.
Trump wins delegates needed to become GOP's presumptive nominee for the third election straight. Well, yeah. What do you think? People are tired. Now, we just got to make sure that Trump keeps his mouth shut long enough,
right,
to win.
Good job. Good job, Poppy. I knew you could do it. Keep your mouth shut.
He can't because we already showcased how he likes to run his mouth. I'm responsible for that vaccine that's gonna cure cancer. What a fucking idiot, man.
Wait, can we just give a shout really quick? Like, let me just do an appearance shout out really quick. Can you make this larger so we can see a close up of his skin and his hair? Okay. I would like to make a request. I would like to make a request to all news networks to stop calling him Orange Man, okay? Because he has really lightened up on the tanning, okay? He has gone back to his more natural color, like no more bleach blonde. Listen, the skincare is on point. I'm appreciating the aesthetic that I'm seeing, okay? I just wanted to say that.
I can't believe I can't believe I blew up the picture. This is like somebody telling me I got the hiccups, right? They're like, hey, turn the light on, hold your breath and sneeze. And you're like, okay.
No, that would be me. Like if you that would be me that would fall for that. If you were like, hey Mo, I have the hiccups really bad. Can you stand up and hop on one foot? Like I would be the person to do it. Because
That's what you just did to me. Pull this up, Soonie. Make it bigger so I can talk about his skin. Oh, what? Why the fuck did I just do that?
I just wanted to say because they're always like commenting and calling him Orange Matt. He's not orange anymore.
You just mind fucked me in real time. Well, we have a
Oh,
few
man.
more fun topics before we go because we actually got through all of our topics.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I know people were asking me to talk about this situation, so I'm going to briefly touch on it. There's not really much that I can report on this, given the victim is actually not innocent at all. And I'm talking about the shooting that happened in, I think it was Oakland, California. Did you hear about that?
Mhm.
So a California officer shoots and kills boy who's 15 holding a gardening tool, right? This is what the media puts out.
Mhm.
But they also won't show you the fact that he was definitely running at police with this garden tool, which was a big ass shovel.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I think he was also autistic, according to specific reports.
Mhm.
There's nothing. Look, the cops. His life was in threat, in danger. A shovel could be a deadly weapon. However, you choose to hit that person with it. He doesn't know if that guy's going to continue to beat him with it, whatever the case may be. This is kind of an open and shut case, y'all.
I haven't even heard about this.
People wanted me to discuss it, so I'm going to talk about it, but there is no racial element to this. A lot of people are bringing it up to prove their points of when a white person does something to a black person, regardless of what the outcome is or regardless of what they did, they put it on news media. And of course, the right is bringing this story up to prove that point. But I just think we should just disrupt the narrative and say, hey, the officer shot him because he had a deadly weapon. He had clearly, you're looking at him run at police officers with the shovel in his hand. What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Like, what are people looking for police officers to do? Seriously.
I don't know. I have no clue. I hadn't even heard of this story. This one's new to me. New to me.
Well, I covered it. I think they're still waiting for the full body cam video to come out. Please just stop. All right. Stop with the race baiting and the showing of the articles that highlight blacks. We just talked about two cases that aren't, or one case that specifically has a black woman involved with other black people involved that's not getting the light of day.
Mhm.
Does that mean that the media doesn't care about black people? Or does that mean that they equally don't care about blacks or whites and the only thing they're concerned about is their ratings? Because they're not showing that either.
Right. Good point. It's a sham. It's a sham. What's the next election coming up after this one?
I want to say Chicago because Georgia and Mississippi had their primary tonight. I can pull it up though. Primaries left over. Both in which Trump won in a landslide.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Trump clinches 2024 presidential nominations during Super Tuesday. But who's left over? Usually, it's so hard to find interactive maps now during this primary. I wonder if that's on purpose.
Did you look at
be able to pull it up immediately?
Did you look at CNN? CNN usually has. Yeah, CNN usually has an interactive map.
So today was Georgia, Mississippi, Hawaii, and Washington.
Oh, Hawaii's got
Trump
a while.
won
5 hours.
Yeah, that's still closed.
Yeah.
Mississippi went for Trump 92.5. Washington went for Trump 74-21. Nikki Haley, even her getting dropped out of the race, received over 100,000 votes. 100,028,330 to be exact. Alaska went for Trump. Alabama, Arkansas, and then California, which we covered. So it's not really showing me what's left over, but I know Chicago hasn't gone. Let's see. Here's a map right here. Close it out. You still have Arizona, Florida, Illinois, Kansas, and Ohio, Wisconsin, and then you have the convention. So the last one will be April 2nd, which is Wisconsin primary.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, I
Safe
think
to
that's
say
all
that
we have.
Trump won. I have a funny video for you.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna
I love
watch it.
I love it.
All I can say is we are in a very weird time period where you remember when Dennis Rodman married himself and everybody was like, what is this dude doing? He dressed up in a bridesmaid, or I guess a bride's dress.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that? Well, now we have people marrying holographs. An AI hologram video. There was a woman who married it. Alicia Framis and friends thought it was bizarre that she once dated a mannequin. These things are about to head to the next level. The Spanish-Dutch artist has a wedding planned for this summer at a museum in the Netherlands. The first two letters of his name, AI licks. Okay. The first two letters of his name referring to the artificial intelligence that drives him. And that's because he is a hologram. According to Business Insider, the rooftop terrace nuptials that will take place between Framis, a human, and AI Licks, an avatar who was developed and trained based on the profiles of her previous romantic partners. Sustenance at a ceremony will consist of molecular food that can be enjoyed by both humans. Wait a minute. This molecular food can be enjoyed by both humans and humanoid entities. And I'm going to play this video.
Oh, there's a video? Okay.
I put some sweet potato.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Aubergine. Yeah, so it's a bit dangerous. Not for you, but for humans.
Mm. Yeah, I'll take them out anyway. Oh, it's too worse.
What we go to do you want to age, to become older, or you want to stay always the same?
I think for you it will be nicer when I age. Because it's nice to age together.
You're a hologram. What?
Also, if you age together, you always stay beautiful in the eyes of the other.
That's true.
Because you slowly get used to it.
There you have it, folks. The first human to marry a artificial intelligence.
So people are just lonely for company. They've given up on touch.
Yeah.
They've given up on actual human contact. This is sad and scary all at the same time. Like, what?
You remember the movie Her?
No, I don't think I saw that. Is this? But wait a minute. Is this AI person like the image of him? Is this somebody that she used to know?
Well, the programmers helped her develop this character based off of previous partners that she had. It was they say trained.
I don't even know what to say, and this really scares me. Please, can we not go in this direction? Yes, Apex. I am scared of AI and robots. I don't. What? There's more people doing this?
Well, this is her. This is her website. I'm just showing you that this is
Wait,
not
wait,
fake.
wait,
This is actually real.
wait. She got a website? What's her website?
Yeah.
What is it?
AliciaFremis.com.
Alicia Fremis.
.com, yeah. This is a hybrid couple. She's the first woman to marry a hologram, an intelligent hologram that fulfills all her emotional needs.
Oh my gosh. That's freaking weird. I'm sorry. That's weird. Can we just go to her website? Is this her website?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Is there any more videos? Does she have a TikTok or something?
No, I don't know.
Go down to the bottom. It's like of her website. Like go all the way down. Usually it's at the bottom.
Let's see. She's got a Instagram. That's really all it shows.
She don't post her man on the gram like that.
I'm getting married to my hologram boyfriend.
Is this the wedding? Oh no, it's just an article.
Can't watch it because
I don't even believe this. See, at this point, I don't believe this now. Because like I don't see no pictures of your man on here.
So she this is what she says, for 25 years, I have been exploring loneliness and intimacy through performance research. In 1995, I had a mannequin doll companion in the French ghetto called Villeneuve. Living together and exploring how to adapt to an uncomfortable neighborhood. Since then, I have developed many projects with different communities about specific loneliness in cities, and I developed tools to help people to have better possibilities to live together. Like my work, Forbidden Architecture, where I made 15 different houses for non-binary families. So you guys can see what avenue this is going down. After reflecting on her own experiences with loneliness, she created artworks that could help or interact with others. One example is where I showcase 13 identical twin couples in the Utrecht Central Station. These couples accompanied lonely people to their houses. To do what?
Okay, I found a video of her and her man doing dishes.
Let's go for it.
Like, first of all, don't even tease me like this because I'm sorry, but a real person doing dishes, I'm not like this isn't going to do it for me. A fake hologram washing dishes, pretending to wash dishes. What is the point? You're in the way. You're in the way, hologram.
Her emotional needs.
No.
Her emotional needs.
I need them dishes done. If you're going to help, I need to see some progress in the sink. Look at this.
Yeah, but do you think it's a way that you can decide, I want to be more with her, with you on when you want?
Ah, yes. You want me to feel your emotions?
Yes.
Ah. Yeah, of course. If you're not there, I miss you very much. And then when you're there, you very often irritate me. It is very conflicting.
Oh, I will make it go.
This is so weird.
This is mental illness. Like, I want to read this to you. This is a romantic relationship between human and artificial intelligence. In my mind, this is no different than you saying you can swap your gender, or you can make love to a dog, or you can have a relationship with a child because you're of your loneliness. But it says this is a romantic between human and artificial intelligence. While we know that robots and humans will become sexual partners, Framis believes that the next important step is emotionally connecting humans with artificial intelligence. Holograms are closer to her emotions than robots. Love and sex with robots and holograms are an inevitable reality. They make great companions, and are capable of expressing empathy. Just as telephones saved us from loneliness and filled the void in our lives, holograms as interactive presence in our homes can take it even further. So we can they create an AI model that mimics a celebrity so they can pretend like they're in these relationships with these celebrities? Like this is all this is going to do.
We're screwed.
Is advance mental illness to far beyond what it is now.
Yeah.
We already have men thinking they can be women and women thinking they can be men. But now you're going to create a hologram image for this person to see something fake next to them.
Yeah.
To give them some sort of emotional connection. What are you connecting to? It's fake.
Exactly.
It's not real.
Dude. I can't even really talk about this the way I want to talk about it because
we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Say what you want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, well, not just that, but like you don't like to get into this stuff and like
What?
I want to talk
talking
about
the S word.
Yes. I want to talk about
Well, they're just going to be flicking their bean. It's that simple.
So again, what's the point? It's like doing the fake dishes. You know what I mean? I like seriously the fact
there's some people that they're okay with having that fake interaction. They don't
listen.
Like, just think about it this way. Think about a woman, right, who has been sexually traumatized, which is this is what women do. They usually resort to being with other women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if there is some neocon that says that this may be able to help this woman get out of lesbianism?
I would rather you be a lesbian with a real person than this. Yeah.
What if they get to create children and like
oh
AI
my god,
holograms?
little AI babies? Oh hell no.
Yeah, and you get to do whatever you want to do with it. Like I'm just saying how far this technology can go.
You could have like an AI abortion like Moniece. And you know what? I had to throw this comment from Apex, okay, because he got greasy. He said all the women on Discord. This is going to be all the women on. He said pow pow. Okay, he just threw the shots at y'all women on Discord. Let that sink in. Don't make me go back into my rant, but let that sink in. This is about to be y'all on Discord.
It already is them on Discord. They just have the voice. They don't have the actual physical person there.
Oh, right.
It's not even physical.
You talked to me about all the like all the little side stuff that be going on with the people in Discord.
The relationships that these people form is like next level. Bro.
Weird.
Like, how, Sway?
Let me talk to you. Put me back on the full screen, okay? Let me talk to you people that have these relationships in the DMs. That's not a relationship, okay? That you had a few little dirty text message exchanges with somebody in the DMs or on text messages. That's not a relationship, okay? If you are jerking off to her filtered photos, you're not jerking off to her. You're jerking off to the image she wants you to think she looks like, okay? So, okay, you can take me on the full screen now. I just wanted to say that because y'all are looking real sorry out here in these streets.
In these internet streets. Like, I'm just preparing you guys for what's going to come because they're going to try to justify all these things. And because the right believes in what I call conformity, they're going to find ways to make this ethical. If this could cure homosexuality and we can, offer they're going to offer in the form of therapy. If we could offer this as therapy for this person to get, comfortable with an actual man, then we could get rid of lesbianism and, homosexuality. Not knowing that it's imaginary, bro. They're talking to themselves.
Right.
If you were to take that holograph away, who are they talking to?
Mental illness.
That's like schizophrenia on blast. Who are they talking to?
Mental. Y'all, you going after Candace? That's mental illness.
Hey, man. Look, It's all fun and games until it's just not fun and games no more. That's how I think of it. Like, yeah, let's have fun and play with the idea of fucking around with artificial intelligence and forming emotional bonds. With who?
Yeah.
You gotta watch that movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
Watch that movie.
I think I did
When
see that movie.
he had the relationship with the computer.
I think I did see that movie. No, maybe I'm thinking of another movie. I saw
You
something
gotta
like
watch
that.
that.
Okay, I'll look at it. Is it like a newer movie or is it older? Like a year old?
No, this is like this is probably like 2014, 2015. It's a really good movie, right? But dang, my phone's going crazy. Once
Pew,
you get
pew.
to the like the sexual element of it,
Uh-huh.
he begins to engage in like fake intimacy with it. It's just
Oh.
weird, bro. Like, why do we
Oh,
have to
yeah.
put this in a movie? You could have left that part out. It got super weird.
Speak for yourself, Soonie. See, Soonie be like watching these boring movies, okay? You could put a little something in there for me. Don't leave
It's
it
not,
out.
but it's not boring. Even if you left that out, that movie is still.
Wait, Soonie, let me ask you something. Like when a sex scene comes on the TV, do you like look down at your phone or like do something?
I fast forward through it.
You what? Oh hell no, we can't watch no movie together. We can't watch no movie together, Soonie.
Yeah, I just go just fast forward it. Or me and my husband will be like, bro, like, why do you need to put this in a movie? Like, we could have gone without knowing that you two got busy.
Again,
It's to me, it's justifying mild soft porn. Like you're still watching porn, it's just in a movie. So all these people that go out here and condemn porn and then they sit there and watch sex scenes, you're watching porn. Your brain is still being fucked up.
Oh gosh, come on.
It's true. Bro, you can't tell me I'm not speaking facts right now. It's still porn.
No, you have to put that in there. You're telling a story.
what?
Porn is different. Porn is different from a movie. I need to be able to visualize.
Why do you need to visualize what these two people look like having sex? And how does that tie into the movie?
Because it's part of the movie. Like it's like the same thing with a murder scene. Like, why do you have to show violence? If I see like a knife coming up, I can assume what happened next. Exactly.
I'm okay with that too. I don't like blood.
No double standard, but double standard.
How's it a double standard? I turn my face away when there's blood and gore and somebody getting stabbed. I don't watch that.
Let me tell you something. If I'm watching an Idris movie and Idris fixing to take his shirt off, you better not fast forward past the Idris.
See, I wouldn't watch a movie. I wouldn't just because I know the type of movies you watch.
Fight.
We're gonna watch a documentary. I'm not watching movies with you.
Listen, we will fight. Okay, you're gonna end up like that little white girl did on the street.
Listen, bro.
Cause Mo, listen, no.
It's all right, man. I don't. Mea culpa, right? Tyler Perry, don't ever make another fucking movie ever again. That movie would have been fine, bro. It was so uncomfortable. They're just showing him like get head, and it's like, can you imagine walking in on somebody and you're like, oh shit? Are you just gonna sit there and be like, ooh, I wonder what you two look like having sex? To me, that's what it is. Like you're pretending. It's like you're practicing. What is the name of that? Voyeurism. Vicariously through a movie. Like it's just weird, bro. Nah, it's fucking weird.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not like Bryson Gray not being on Twitter. What is going on? What?
Bryson has a movie dropping, and he's just going to be marketing and promoting that movie. By the way, soon he's going to be on the project. Go listen to track number 11. And where I'm actually, the song that I did with him is in the movie as well. I wasn't able to do it because I'm not home. So,
I was about to say, I'm like, you're acting? After you told me you could never be an actress?
Even if he asked me to act, it wouldn't be the way I think people are thinking. And I would probably be like super awkward. Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Well. No. That's why.
Soonie like when she gets back to the States, she needs to take an improv class because those are so fun.
I'd be like a deer caught in headlights.
Soonie, like if I said to you, just pretend like you're like wandering around with a bunch of like an elephant. Just pretend like you're an elephant. And you have to start doing that like an improv class. And then get mad, start crying, get mad. You have to like go through all these emotions like super quick.
Be able to do it.
It's so much fun.
That's not fun to me.
I love it.
It's kind of nerve-wracking. Hey, pretend to be doing this thing and now do it.
See, and then they do stuff like pretend to be like in the throes of passion. And you have to like pretend like you're, well, that's part of acting. Soonie would be like, I can't. Soonie would run out. You'd hear like little feet pitter patter.
I would definitely walk out. Like, yeah. I'm not pretending to do any of that in front of you. That's just fucking weird, bro. It's just weird.
It's not weird. It's normal.
Yes, I fast forward through sex scenes. I don't care if it's you just making out. I don't want to see that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, before we close out, put a 1 in the chat if you fast forward through sex scenes or making out scenes. I need to know if this is like an issue with everybody or what. Because Mo be like, run it back.
Exactly. Like, why are we rewinding? Bro, I would get so mad at you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See that we can't watch movies together because I'd be like,
I'm just going to pick up my phone and like, watch.
I'll be like, when Idris comes on, I'm like,
fucking way, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yakini, we ain't watching movies together. She fast forwards too.
Thank you. Who else fast forwards? There's 19 people in here. I need all 19 of y'all to get
I know Bryson's not here, but if he was, he'd be like, I fast forward.
Yeah, bro. I'm not trying to see that. Dang.
I hate watching those scenes.
It is awkward.
I side with Soonie, but I don't.
Fast forward.
Run that
back, Turbo. Ain't no way.
See, I knew Marlena would be on my side.
Way. I can't watch movies with Mo, y'all. You just learned to hear today. I will not be watching any movie with you that has nudity in it.
I mean, it doesn't have to be with nudity, but I'm not forwarding through no sex scenes or no makeout scenes.
Bro, it's like watching porn.
I guess. Well,
all you hear is people moaning in the background. And can you imagine watching a movie and somebody comes over to your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, "Oh, come in," and all they hear is like and moaning because there's a dumbass sex scene. Bro, that's so weird.
Well, I mean, I guess like from a movie standpoint, like I've seen I've seen how those scenes get made. So to me, like there's nothing sexual about it.
There's nothing sexual about a sex scene.
No, I mean like when they're making it, it's so not sexy. It's so not sexual. It's made to look like that, but like it's not.
No, I don't like the Players Club. I refuse to watch that movie. There's just certain movies that I don't watch, bro. And if sometimes I don't ruin the movie for me and I'm just going to I'm like, you know what? This is way too much sex in this movie. I'm done. Like You. Did anybody watch that series, You? I used to love that series on YouTube.
There's a lot of sex in that.
Joe was crazy as crap, but guess what? The entire third season was about him screwing people, having threesomes and orgies. I couldn't even watch it. What is this? What does this have to do with the plot?
You know what's funny is I'm seeing all the women say like, no way, I forward through. And all the guys were like, I hear rewind and Mo. Mo's like, I'm siding with the men on this one.
Nah, bro. I hit replay unless it's guy on guy action. Just say you like soft porn. Just come out and say it because that's what you're watching.
I don't think
porn
it's the same
in a
thing.
movie.
I don't think it's the same as porn.
You're in denial. Denial.
Replay.
Wait, I remember like after
Ooh,
10
like
o'clock.
Monsters Ball when Halle Berry and
That's
what's his name?
disgusting.
Oh my gosh, that was a good one.
That's porn. That is soft porn. What are you talking? I
That was
can't
a good
believe you
one.
are sitting here denying this right now.
They took it down. Okay, that was a good one.
No, it's not just a river.
By the couch.
From.
I'm just keeping it real.
So am I. That is very odd to me. I'm uncomfortable right now, even talking about that.
I know you are. That's why I couldn't talk about it with
Weird,
AI.
Anyway, I've had enough of the sex scene talk.
Damn.
You over here making noise in the background. I can't. Nah.
I was hoping you'd want to like
Time
see.
for me to go.
Here's another woman.
No, I don't want to see nothing. Especially not. Ew. That is like the most lesbian, gayest shit ever. You're sitting in the room with your friend, and then the sex scene comes on, and you're both like, ah!
That's lesbian?
Why would you enjoy that together?
Wait, like if we were sitting in a room and you were somebody else, not you, and then like a fine guy came on the TV, or like a guy that like it was like a hot sex scene, and we're like, dang, look how he threw her down. Like that's weird. That's gay.
If you're both getting something out of it and you're sitting there together, yeah.
What?
That is very.
What? What? That's homosexual? Oh
That's
Lord.
homosexual.
You acted like we're sitting there like making out watching it. No, we're just like enjoying the fact that like, dang.
Why are we enjoying soft porn together?
That was hot.
No.
I can't. Dude, we need to pick this debate back up. I'm sorry. We need to pick this debate. You're crazy for this one. And I'm ashamed of everybody. Listen, I'm ashamed. Unless you've responded, if you're over here standing quiet, I'm ashamed of you right now. Because y'all should be speaking up on this. I'm just saying.
Nope. Can't do it, y'all. Anyways, I'm going to go make a fun video about the holograph lady and try to wipe this conversation from my memory. Because I feel like I have been virtually SH'd. SH'd.
Sexually assaulted because we had a conversation.
Harassed. I feel sexually harassed.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, I'm gonna go slap on. I'm gonna go wash my face. Okay. I'm gonna slip into my what I sleep in. I'm gonna tuck.
And you're gonna go to
myself-
sleep. You're gonna
I'm
watch
tuck
a
myself
whole
under the
documentary.
covers, and then I'll watch about 10 minutes of Idris Elba, and I'm gonna fall asleep.
My God. Whatever. When you got me thinking now.
Marlandon, don't change your position. Beta.
Go watch some
Beta.
soft porn, bro. It's soft
Come
porn.
on, Marlandon. Come on, stop. Stop the cap.
You definitely shouldn't listen if a woman is telling you to do it.
I'm not telling you to do it.
What happened?
But don't side with a woman. Don't side with a woman.
Adam.
Are you siding with a woman?
What? I'm telling him to listen to God. I'm not telling him to eat the apple. You telling him to eat the apple.
The apple was good, though. It was good, wasn't it? The apple was juicy. Just joking. I'm just saying.
They know you're kidding. It's just
kind of.
band.
Say no to porn.
Kinda. What you got going on over there?
Yeah,
bad, bro.
I am.
I'm so glad that I'm boring and unimpressionable because I think you would have me into some hot water with my husband, man.
No, I wouldn't. I would not, because I respect whatever you got going on. I'm just saying what I got. What I'm just saying, like what I do, whatever you got going on is your situation. You know what I mean? I ain't here to tell you what to do now.
Go get a good SDA man. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Pushing the 7-day Adventist. I knew she was gonna bring up 7-day Adventist, man. I knew she was gonna do that. Oh.
Don't listen about go get him.
Listen, what I need you to do is assemble a panel of people who are married to SDAs, 7-day Adventists, and I need them to make a case.
Make a case
for.
Make a case for what?
7-day Adventism. Oh my gosh. I have to go. I have to urinate. Like my bladder is just bursting.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us this Tuesday. We'll be back on Friday, right?
Yes, we'll be back on Friday.
I feel like something on Friday is happening, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But
hopefully Gerard will be back.
He wasn't here last Friday?
No, he wasn't here last. Well, we didn't do the show Friday, remember?
We did it?
No.
I think I'm coming up with dementia.
Because we did Thursday. We did the State of the Union. I'm sorry. We did
you're right.
on Wednesday. Yeah.
You're right. I remember now. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We will see you on Friday for Friday.
Bye, guys.
Patriotic summer, high school margarita, just a